Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Game 4 for your Landmark War Eagles as they open this season at home against the Josey Eagles. Landmark has lost the toss to Josey, and Josey has elected to receive. The War Eagles have just broken through the run-through. Has just broken through the run-through, and now our kicking team will soon take the field. Landmark coming off a tough loss to number 3 in the state in AA, Pace Academy, and looking to get back on the winning side after a week off with the bye. They come in against Josey, who is 2-1 on the season with wins over Portal and Butler and a loss last week to Hancock Central. I'm here with Chuck Cusimano on a cool, crisp night here in beautiful Fairburn, Georgia.
It's a little crisper. It's not as crisp as it was earlier in the week, which made me think that we had football weather had finally arrived. But it is the South, and we play football year-round just about, or most people think so. Yeah, they're wearing green and white Josey. They got gold helmets, which makes me think of my alma mater, University of South Florida. It looks like the Bulls. But clearly they're not the Bulls, they're the Eagles. Isn't that what you said?
They're the Eagles,
The
yes.
Eagles. So last year, that was our notorious rain game.
Rain game,
yes. And if you remember, you probably don't because we were only on apparently for about a third of the game. We actually were on the air. Some people said we started late and the power went out or something. Is that what happened to us?
We lost Wi-Fi. We hadn't plugged in the laptop. It died, and so it's just a crazy night here, or there in Augusta, Georgia. High kick by Stockton McGuire, no longer putting him in the end zone, but puts that one right there at the 30-yard line, gives Josey pretty good field position here to start in the first half.
Yeah, so Josey, 5A?
5A.
5A school. Obviously, in PowerPoint rankings, you like to play up so you get some more points for the win. Even the loss, you get more points. We went down there last year. Years ago, they had a very winning program. They actually had a state championship, and the program's gone downhill a little bit. Their coach actually is a former player for them. They do bring some girth to the line. As an offensive line coach, you love seeing that, don't you? That's some big boys out there.
They've got a lot of weight behind them. We got some smaller defensive linemen up against them, leaner guys, but they're going to be quick off the ball. We got Josey in the pistol formation here on first down. 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom. Whistle blows before the snap gets off, and it's going to be delay of game before we even get the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know if that ref I'm not sure if that's a special okay. The ref has a blue flag? Oh, I thought it was a flag, but it was actually a blue, I think, sleeve or something, and they threw it out. I'm thinking, wow, the ref forgot his yellow penalty flag. We have a little bit of a banged-up team here tonight for Landmark, and we have some guys on crutches. We got some guys not dressed out, and they decide to go long. First play, wow.
And we get lucky there. Joey Blunt just kind of laying out his hands, hoping to catch something as he gets left behind off the snap. That was number 2, it looks like, which is Paris Jones. Deep pass by the quarterback, number 17, Nathaniel Foreman.
Yeah, they saw something in the scouting report, or they thought we got to get ahead quick, and they just went for it all on first down. He did get about 3 steps on Joey and passed him up. Joey being smart, though, when he saw the guy's eyes get big and he was going to catch it, he just kind of put his hands up, and it was enough to get that pass. So that's a touchdown.
Yeah, there's no shielding rule in high school football.
Wow, this is an ugly game so far. Well, beautiful night here in Fairburn, Georgia. Still, we haven't had the fall back yet with the time clock, so the sun's just gone down. We don't have the heat index to mess with, and it's just crisp, kind of becoming fall. Josey coming from Augusta, that was our trip with 3 hour
road
with
trip.
Alcatraz in the car.
That was Savannah.
Okay.
Alcatraz. No.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me that Josey doesn't have a big fan base here tonight. Not that they're not a good school and the parents don't care. It's just a long way to go.
Well, Josey showed up on the charter bus about 2 to 3 hours ago, ready for the football game. So
really?
They left early today from school to get here on time.
Yeah, to show you how unsophisticated I am, yesterday I was driving by the school and I saw a big charter bus, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Josey came the day before and missed a whole day of school. They want to be rested up. We're going to have a serious contention. I thought, well, maybe it's the band because, they have such a good band, and maybe they travel with a lot of people and instruments. Turns out it was a JV game. Mount Perrin had their bus here.
And it wasn't even a charter bus. It was a Mount Perrin bus.
Yeah, well, it's a charter bus.
Painted
they
down
turned.
the side.
All right, after almost an unstoppable running play and a 5-yard penalty. Oh.
So, bad handle by the quarterback there, Foreman, as he has to fall on it, take a knee, puts Josey back 4th down and 25. They're going to be punting from their own 15.
And they have some big guys. Clearly, they have some talented players. What we saw last year is the heat really got to them. They got worn down quickly. Our better conditioning came into play pretty fast. The only real 2 plays I've seen Josey run right now, Landmark's a little uneasy. We got some substitute. We got some guys playing tonight in different positions that haven't started. We'll go over the starting lineup here in a second after this punt.
Well, we got Lofton Tidwell back in the lineup after an injury last week against Pace. He's back for the kick, and he waves the punt return team away, and Josey's going to down the ball at the Landmark 43. Landmark 57 yards away as they take over the first time on offense.
Yeah, and we have we have Lofton Tidwell back after his injury from the last game at Pace where he missed the whole game, which we talked about hurt us. Kenny Terry is down on the sidelines, and where is our man, Mr. Freeman? Is he not dressed out tonight?
Freeman?
Ferguson. Kyle Ferguson,
Kyle
number 24.
Ferguson, still struggling with a sprained ankle from the end of the Pace game. Will not be playing tonight.
Yeah, he's on the sideline. He is dressed out, though. Lofton up the middle, first play for about 2 yards until he runs into a lot of big linemen. We're going to be a little stressed tonight trying to call the numbers for Josey. I don't know if it's just because the Landmark uniform numbers are so large or if Josey just has some really small numbers. But if you notice, they're about 30% reduction in size on them.
Landmark comes out in the shotgun. Lofton Tidwell in the back with Stockton. Stockton takes the handoff and keeps it. He's got a lane. He makes a move on the safety. He runs before number 32. DeMontez Miles is able to bring him down, but Stockton picks up 20 yards and takes it into Eagles territory. Good first play there from scrimmage for the War Eagles.
That was a designed play for Stockton, which I thought that was pretty gutsy for Coach Brantley to call. I know Stockton has been trying to nurse his knees a little bit and take care of them, so it seems funny that we'd open him up like that, but clearly they saw something in the scouting report that left that thing wide open.
Shotgun now, 2 backs with Stockton. Stockton rolls, going to throw quick, throws to his receiver. That's
Chris Manning, number 22.
Chris Manning, number 22. First time we've seen him for a while in at the receiver spot. You're going to have a flag on the play.
Chris Manning was wide open, too. The cornerback gave him a good 6-7 yard cushion. He pulled up on a curl, and Stockton threw it a little bit low, but I don't know what the call is. Procedure, okay, against Landmark. So it'll be 1st down and 15.
We're still looking for somebody to come and man the computer. So if anybody wants to have some experience in the broadcast booth.
Marcia Burdett's up here. She can help us.
Got the text number up now. Go ahead and text in to Chuck. Let us know how it's going. Here comes the snap from the shotgun. Hand off to Lofton, who's got a head of steam ahead of him. He's going to go. They're not going to stop him. He's at the 15, the 10. He changes direction. And a great play there on defense by number 32, DeMontez Miles, who's able to just grab Stockton by his ankles right before he steps into the end zone. And they're going to mark it at the 2. He fell more closer to the 2-inch line. But Landmark has 1st down, and they're knocking on the door for their first score. Players are exchanged. Caleb Cobb coming in the game, as is Joey Blunt. Defense backed up for the Josey Eagles. Landmark comes out of the huddle, and we got a new look here. Caleb Cobb at tailback, and Lofton Tidwell at fullback. Lofton Tidwell takes the trap, and he walks on in, and that is a touchdown. That's a new wrinkle that we haven't seen from a Landmark offense in quite some time, the trap play.
Yeah, and Coach Brantley's had we had that week off, get some guys healthy, and we need it. But also we're looking at a 2-game set here, preparing for Josey, but also getting something prepared for Central Carrollton. So we get that double preparation, and you never want to go past the team you're going to play because that's when you get in trouble. You can talk to Auburn about that with Jacksonville State. And there's a lot of other good examples. Carson King's back to, can we call him Mr. Automatic?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, Carson King made an extra point there. And what's the criteria? 6, 7 in a row?
The criteria is he's got to complete a game with extra points. So if he goes perfect tonight, we'll go back to automatic for the next week at Central Carroll.
Gotcha.
So Landmark going to kick off for the second time tonight. It's 8:39 left to go here in the first quarter as we update the score.
Marsha Burdett's still eating her sandwich. We're working it here, folks. There's just the two of us.
I got to credit Marsha Burdett. She had me a drink an hour before we ever went on the air. It was very nice.
So I'm wondering why the pooch kick? Because they got 3 deep receivers and they got some speed and talent, and Coach Brantley's concerned that if he doesn't get in the end zone, then they're going to get a big run back?
Perhaps, or you said that Stockton had been nursing his knees?
Yeah, nursing his knees a little bit.
So perhaps they're just being cautious in terms of how hard he can kick it here. No wind really tonight. Air is calm.
Yeah, the flag is completely flat.
Got a nice home crowd here early in the first quarter. Usually Landmark crowds take a while to build up.
Oh, look at the number 6 hands guy. He decides he's running with it right up front. No fair catch there. And it was funny because Stockton went to his left this time, which is a little odd, and he kicked it the other way. So I guess we're trying to spread the wealth.
Landmark defense comes out for a second time. Josey, a series of errors on their first attempt. One good play, and he just overthrew his receiver who had beat our defender downfield, but the rest were all backwards.
So I wonder if Miss Dobbs, Cameron Dobbs, is ready to give us a little early game feedback.
Well, we know as of last year, the Josey team did have a losing streak. However, this year they are starting off a lot better with a winning streak. So definitely looks like they'll be having some improvement this year. However, I'm hoping that our Landmark team right here, their speed and agility will definitely prove to be correct once again, and the Cobb effect will work.
Great, thanks, Cameron. Cameron's on the sideline, going to get all the inside scoop, and she has special access passes to the coaches and everyone else. I don't have that access. Do you have that access?
I don't have that access.
It was number 55, Renzi Wilkie, on that last tackle, just kind of mauled the guy and brought him to the ground.
Tackling Treshawn Deontay Ridley for a big loss. Nathaniel Foreman at quarterback again. He's looking to throw. He takes it for the run, and he's got plenty of space between him, and he slides and picks up the first down. Great heads-up play there by Foreman, as nothing was open, and he just took the open field in front of him.
Yeah, that will be dangerous for us tonight because especially if we have that aggressive rush, we'll get around him, and he'll just pop, and he's quick. Also smart, too. You don't see too many high school guys do the slide like that. That look college or NFL caliber.
In the shotgun again with the pistol formation. Thorman looking to throw again. This time he's got no room in front of him. He tries to break free from the pocket. He dances, and the defense finds him. Host of defenders. I see Joshua Cobb and Renzi Wilkie leading the pack along with Dylan Gabrielson. Drops him at the original line. Going to be second down.
Number 1, Joshua Cobb.
So, Camden Cusimano out.
He's out.
With an injury. What other defenders are we missing this week?
I'm trying to look at the realignment here. We have
Caleb Cobb at defensive back for Ferguson.
And Matthew Drury's getting his first start of his career. Number 60.
Handoff to number 4. That's Ridley. He's able to find a little crease and great speed. Picks him up 7 yards before he's dropped for the to bring up third down.
Yeah, Dylan Gableson was right there, and he just squirted right past him. And Dylan's got some long arms. I'm not sure if he knows how good a reach he has. He probably could have reached out and pulled him down. Well, if you haven't texted in tonight, we'd love to know you're out there, 404-432-0181. We're here at home. We got a great crowd tonight. I noticed everybody's wearing these Hawaiian shirts, and Dennis, you don't have yours on. Wasn't it like Teacher Wear Hawaiian Shirt Day?
I wore my Hawaiian shirt.
You had a Hawaiian shirt?
I had a Hawaiian shirt.
Tommy Bahama?
Walmart special.
Oh.
Bought it on clearance for $1.50.
Well, he drilled it
to number one. We've got two number ones. It's either
Wow.
Horston or Harden. If you're watching from way out in Augusta, you know if number one is Dervries or Orston or Mark Harden, just let us know.
Those are tough names for number one. Both those guys are have number one, popular number with some teams. And first down. Looks like they're going to Josey's not afraid to go to the passing game at all.
Here comes a quick.
Oh, fumble.
Going for the speed sweep. Receiver can't hold a handle on it. Drew Anderson up, pointing for Landmark. They separate the pile. A lot of blue jerseys down there, one white jersey. And Josey holds on to it. That's number 11. Cornell Clark, who I believe was the receiver that fumbled it, was able to find his way back onto the ball.
You know, the White Hat made a nice, clear possession. Still Josey's ball. They didn't have a conference. We didn't have all that this time. Just in the first 5 minutes of the game, you could tell the difference in the officiating
I think we might get out a little bit earlier tonight than we did against Pace.
Yeah.
Got a bunch set to the top of your screen. 3 receivers, quarterback in the pistol. Hands off to the running back, who's found an edge. That's number 22. He's brought down at the 20 by a host of defenders. So Naquan Anthony, one of the captains of the team, good run there. Going to bring up third down.
Yeah, it looked like more Landmark guys are banging into each other than we're banging into the runner. I mean, we had a lot of blue jerseys. We just didn't have it going. Al Hogan's grandmother. Look at that. She's got it going. She texted in. I love it.
All right.
Al Hogan's grandma is now texting. See, we bring everybody into the 21st century.
32 in motion. Foreman takes the snap, hands off to 22 again. Great, hard, low run, but the defense is there to meet him. He picks up maybe a yard, maybe less. It's going to be 4th and short. I got to think it's 4-down territory here.
Oh, yeah. Josey's making a good run here. I think they look a lot stronger than they were the team that we played last year. Maybe it was the rain. I'm not really sure, but we'll see how the game progresses. They did come back later in that game too, because it wasn't a blowout from a score. Earlier in the game we kind of had to run away. We ran away with it in third quarter, and we kind of had some other guys playing. But we'll see how it comes out here. This is still a game. Great crowd tonight. First home game. One of the rare home games this year. 4 that we're going to have. Cheerleaders still wearing their Hawaiian shirts. You want a real Hawaiian shirt? I'll get you a real Hawaiian shirt. Tommy Bahama, like $100 shirt?
No, I don't want a real $100 shirt. Thank you.
Well, Camden has a whole closet full of them.
Does he?
Oh!
Great run there by Foreman, who just Gabrielson had him wrapped up.
Yeah.
It's like his legs just slithered out.
Yeah, like he greased up or something. He had him all wrapped up.
Would have been a tackle for loss and would have been a turnover on downs, but Foreman, great job there, and he moves the ball inside the 10. Going to be 1st and goal.
Boy, right in the grasp, too.
In the grasp. That's an old phrase you don't hear
Yeah,
anymore.
in the grasp. Well, remember that was the quarterback terminology.
Yes.
If he's in the grasp, then they blow the whistle. Well, we're trying to protect the quarterback.
Wonder what changed there.
Yeah. Well, now they just call him franchise.
Yes.
Yeah, that's your title, franchise.
22 running.
Whoa.
Met big and solid by the D-line, and he's dropped. No gain there. Going to bring 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal. They're just inside the 10.
Oh, guess what? Al Hogan's grandma is right below us.
She's just below us.
She's
just
in the box.
Texting in.
Yeah.
She's not even watching the show, and she's texting.
Yeah, and I'm giving her a shout out.
Now, so we still don't know if anybody's watching the show.
Yeah.
First home game, and we don't know if anyone's watching. Ms. Haney, are you in the stadium or are you at home?
Yeah, we're good. Miss Haney's always good for a text in. Actually, we've had 27 people already text in. I just didn't want to tell you.
Okay.
We got a huge following. We might have to have our own Twitter
Foreman.
account. Wow. Who
On
came
the
around the
fake.
corner and smothered him? Who was that?
That's big 19 for Landmark.
Mason Wallace. See, we got all
Got some
kinds of
young
guys playing.
flying around.
Mason Wallace is in there. Where's he playing? Safety?
Well, I'm unable to get the game to stream for not so instant replay, so not quite sure. All right, we got Maryland.
Woo!
Vin Pickett's grandmother in Maryland.
Beautiful.
Glad to reach across the states. I think she watched last week as well, didn't she?
She's a regular now.
Yes.
She's like a groupie. Oh, wide open. Somebody blew coverage. Oh, my goodness. Number 11.
You got to hate that if you're Cornell Clark. That's twice now balls have gone through Cornell Clark's hand. He's the receiver on the speed sweep that bobbled the handoff, and there he was eyeing the end zone, but not the ball.
Wow. That's hard. You're so wide open, there's everything to think about except catching it. He was in.
Well,
Boy, you got to hate that as a coach.
Yes.
I mean, what do you say? Just concentrate. I mean, if you chew the kid out and put more pressure on him, he probably drops 3 more.
Well, here we are, 4th and goal from the 12. Cameron throws it up. And they're going to call Caleb Cobb pass interference. That's probably a legitimate call there for the way Caleb decided to defend that play.
Go ahead.
The unfortunate thing is it's not only half the distance to the goal, but it's a fresh set of downs. It's going to be 1st and goal again.
He had him beat on the initial release. The pass was hanging too much. He probably could have recovered and knocked that ball down, but he didn't get a chance to spin around. And what's funny is they have the senior cutouts over there.
Yes.
And if you've seen Caleb, they have him on top of the fence, and he's skying up in the air, and that's what he just did to this guy. He got a penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Camden's. Camden's got the hands up like he's double strapping his backpack going hiking.
He was trying to do the 2-4.
Like the Superman show the S?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got Stockton, who actually did his math class pose with his, I don't know, pose. So
I don't know. That's a classic. No, 24601. The
24601.
Yeah,
that's
the Les
what
Mis
he's doing.
thing.
Okay, Les Mis.
All right, it looks like Joe's going to take a smart timeout because this is a pretty crucial set of series. Why did they leave it 4th down? Did the guy forget to flip the number?
It should. I don't know.
It's automatic
It's
first
automatic
down,
first
right?
down, isn't it, on pass interference? Maybe the rules changed in high school, but it's always been automatic first down before now.
Yeah.
Well, we got the pep band going, loud drum line. That pep band continues to grow. I've got 2 daughters in the pep band this year, beating on the drums.
Yeah, they're going to – we might have to take the whole third of the stadium over here for them because that rope I know when I was here we had to move the little pylon where it's screwed into the ground twice because they got too big for the size.
Well, we might just need to put on a whole addition to the stadium to one side. Just let the pep band have it.
We need a drum line.
Drum line?
That's what we need, you know.
Well, I teach above the band room, and I can tell you we have quite the drum line. If we're gonna go full drum line, we need to find another practice facility.
Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah, you mean the solid 6 inches of concrete doesn't help buffer the sound?
Not at all. Years ago, I tried to get the director of operations to put in some soundproof, and he said it really wasn't feasible.
Yeah, it wasn't going to make a difference. You just need to move classrooms. They tried to put you out in a trailer one time, I heard.
They've moved me all around one year.
All right, here we go.
Year.
It is still 4th down, or at least
Bunch
the
in
down
the
marker
bottom.
is. 4th
They're
and
going
goal.
all directions.
Oh.
Great coverage there by Mason Wallace. And turnover on downs. I'm not quite sure why it's not automatic first.
Huh. Where's Cameron? She might be able to ask one of the coaches for us, get us the scoop. Why isn't an automatic first down on pass interference in the end zone?
Yeah, I would probably wait, Cameron, if you were planning on asking Coach Ross as he talks to his defense coming out here. But that would be good knowledge.
Stockton going back out. Stockton looks good. He's wearing these blue tights or he's got his socks all the way up. He usually wears them short. I like that. Maybe a little more protection for his legs, knees. So we have number 6, Nick Toomer, coming out. Joey Blunt on the lower part of your screen.
Lofton at fullback again. If this is a trap, it could go all the way from the 95 for 95 yards. Here's the trap.
There it was, and you called
He's
it.
going. They've got to try to tackle him.
Oh,
And
good
a
tackle.
great job there by the defender. But Lofton runs that trap pretty well, and he gets it out to the 31-yard line.
Number 32, DeMontez Miles.
Great job by Miles. He made 2 plays earlier against us. Lofton in there again. This time the wedge, and Stockton just pushes forward.
Yeah, when I went up to adjust the camera a second ago, because, you know, we do everything here, you and I.
Yes.
And we have Katie Kusaman on the camera tonight, but I went up to help her with the camera. And as soon as I get up there, we don't have the advantage of having Dr. Badowski right next to us hollering. But I get up there, all I hear is, NASCAR, 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 NASCAR. He wants us to do the NASCAR. Joey is, if you'll notice, they've been platooning some of their linemen in and out, especially on the defensive line.
Yes.
And I think we're trying to catch them on that platooning and run those quick little plays. And a wedge is an easy one to run quick.
Looking to throw to
Lofton
in the flats from fullback, but they've got him eyed. It's going to be hard to throw to number 4. Number 4 has a target on his chest at all times.
Okay, Kathy Haney says, cheering from home. I just can't miss the on-air commentators. Good job, Dennis. She didn't say anything about me.
She left you out. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, she did say, and Chuck, but okay. I don't want to take anything. And then Cameron, Cameron's texting in. I love that about Cameron Dobbs. It says it was 4th and goal, so half the distance, no first down.
Okay.
That's what they call. I guess it's the new rule.
Interference is an automatic first down.
Whoa, there goes that trap, and he might go. Wow. Oh!
What a run there. He bounces off 2 guys, and he dives forward to the 20. Great run there as he picks up 50 yards. First time there we've run that trap play from the shotgun. Looks like on the far side we have a stretcher coming out to the Josey sideline. I'm not quite sure of that injury, but they have brought the stretcher out on the Josey sideline. We haven't had a player go down on the field.
Yeah, I don't even see anybody sitting down. Do you? They're on the bench. Yeah. There's some paramedics. Yeah, if somebody's not hurt, that's a bad sign as a coach. Hey, just put the stretcher over here just in case. That's not good. But I think they just brought out precaution. Whoa!
That's going to be a touchback.
That's
I'm not
Miles
quite sure
again.
Who Stockton was throwing to, but
I was surprised Miles got that ball. It looked like it was way overthrown, and he skied. He has some vertical.
Looks like Blunt and Stockton had disagreement over how that route was going to be run. So great runs by Lofton. Had the play action dialed up, and it just doesn't work here as we throw a pick, and it's going to be first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Josey 80 yards from the score.
Yeah, and they were threatening down here, didn't make it in, so it's 7.8 seconds left to go in the first, and we're looking at a whopping 7-0 Landmark. Are we keeping our score up to date there, Marcia Burdett? Yeah, she's all over it. 7-0? Absolutely. So here we are on a turnover, on a touchback. Boy, number 32 for Josey, Miles, he is a one-man defensive wrecking crew.
Well, Josey hands the ball off to number 23 on the speed sweep. That's Shavonte Bailey. Shavonte Bailey unable to make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be just behind the 20. So it's going to be second down and short 11, long 10.
And that's the end of the first.
End of the first half. We're going to switch sides of the field. I think now is the time for a commercial.
A commercial?
A commercial. I'd like to make sure that you all know that homecoming is coming up Friday, October 2nd, and at 5 p.m., Landmark will host an open house, okay? So homecoming is a special time at Landmark. We'd like all Landmark listeners to invite two friends. Tell them about open house and bring them. It is a great night. Landmark does homecoming up unlike any other school. We have teams that want to play us in homecoming because they like the festivities. They like the pomp, the honor that we give our senior girls. And so bring them by so they can visit the campus. And homecoming open house starts that Friday, October 2nd at 5 o'clock.
I know you're an award-winning math teacher, and you're a phenomenal teacher in general, whether it's mathematics or physics or something else, but you need to go professional because no one would have known you just read that whole thing from a script. You just kind of threw it in there with your little language. You know, I would have thought you just made that up.
I've been going over it in my mind for hours now. No, I appreciate that.
Because it's a commercial, so our sponsors have paid big dollars for us to read these commercials on there.
Yes. And so the Josey player, he's sitting upright on the bench. Looks like they're going to take him off and get him checked on.
He's sitting upright in the little stretcher chair. That's not good to see anybody go off in a stretcher.
All right, Josey, second down and 11. They're in the spread. Quarterback comes up into the shotgun under center, hands the ball off on the trap, and Renzi Wilkie saves a big run there.
Yeah.
That's Ridley. He had no one in front of him, and Renzi kind of reaches out with those amazingly long arms and just pulls him back down.
Yeah, Renzi doesn't grab him there. He's got a good 15 yards before he runs into the next Landmark guy. Well, our thoughts and our prayers are going to go out to the Josey player. We didn't get the number. They're taking him off on a stretcher. He's sitting up. He looks like he's okay. Hopefully it's just precautionary, because you never want to risk that. But here he is, hours away from home, and you have to go to the hospital. That's not good for the parents, not good for anyone.
Looks like they're going to send a coach or a trainer along with him. That's good. Again, spread for Josey.
3rd and 7.
Foreman puts the receiver in motion. Comes to the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers. He's looking to find one deep. He throws it up to 82. What a touch that he put on that. And 82, he's got some speed. And Blunt's able to come across with the angle and make the tackle, but not until they finally break into Landmark territory at the 40.
Yeah, he pump faked a couple times, and boy, when he saw that guy breaking free, he just laid it out there. He looks very collegiate. Their quarterback has a lot of poise in the pocket, and it seems to me he's much more comfortable throwing than he is running.
Yeah, it seems to me our defenders are having trouble. If the quarterback has time, those receivers can leave our defenders some great speed there. That was Norvette Lowry, number 82, who was able to find that open space on the far side, pick up the big yards for Josey. Trips to the top of your screen. Lowry on an island by himself here. Motion. Here comes the speed sweep, trying to stretch the Landmark defense. And a big play by Brandon Stone. He grabs onto him, holds him up as the rest of the defenders show up. That's Taylor Snyder and Dylan Gabrielson and Joshua Cobb joining in.
Yeah, I think what's happening with Josey is they're just more entrepreneurial, if you can say that about football, in that when those receivers, they run their route, but as soon as they run the route and it's not open, they'll break from that route, and they play much better just finding open space, almost like a pickup game of football, just go out and get open.
Yeah, a lot of creativity going on there.
And I'm not sure our defensive backs are used to that. It's like, wait a minute, that was a down and out. Now the guy's reversing the angle, and he's just finding an open spot, and the quarterback seems to respond well. Wide open in the middle. Oh, great pick.
There's 24. Ferguson in the game, hadn't been there all night. He picks a pick, and he's brought down at the 35. I don't know where Ferguson's come from. He hadn't been in. It almost like he stepped off the sideline, but
yeah,
he's got the speed to play with those receivers, and he shows it there as he returns the favor and gets the turnover.
Well, I will say that was a great open field tackle by my new favorite Josey player, number 32, Miles. He made that tackle. He's making an offense and defense.
Miles is
he's a one-man wrecking machine for them. Wow. The sad thing for Josey was they had a busted coverage, or we just didn't understand what was happening. We had a guy run down the far hash. Wasn't anybody within 15 yards, and the quarterback just went to the double coverage.
Grayson Corda in at tackle. Not quite sure where Badowski is. Stockton looking to throw. Trying to get Zach Stone in the flat, but he's covered up well by Cornell Clark, who drops him before he's able to make the catch. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
It was a little low, and it's hard when you're running, trying to catch behind you, and you got to have a lot of athleticism. He tried to fall back and get it.
All right, so it's not Badowski that's out. It's actually Drew Anderson, number 58. He's on the sideline standing next to his father. Maybe getting a little breather after that defensive series.
Yeah, because remember, he's playing both ways, and they're trying to rotate him in between Steven Badowski, Drew Anderson, trying to get those guys a break because they're playing both ways.
Receivers out on the island as they hand the ball off to Lofton Tidwell, and he's coming with the head of steam like always.
Lofton Tidwell on the carry.
He picks up a quick 7 yards and puts us 3 yards shy on 3rd down.
Is it okay, because I know I'm supposed to be somewhat impartial when I'm doing the broadcast, but can I just say that I just love to broadcast and watch Lofton run?
I love to watch Lofton run.
I mean, he just his style is just so great for an announcer. He just runs into the guys, and they never tackle him right away. He bangs into him and it bumps around, and sometimes he gets past, sometimes he goes down.
He's just as much a joy to teach in the math class. He comes through with some really insightful answers. He sits there, and you wouldn't expect. Here's this big giant football player sitting in the middle of class, and he's just spouting out great trigonometric answers.
Now, when you say insightful answers, is that like he's trying to do it a way that you don't normally teach?
No, I like to leave a very open question out there, and require some insight. He
Got it.
finds the answers. And what's funny is I've now started mixing him and Stockton up in the classroom as well. Stockton very angry today when I called him Lofton.
Well, you didn't notice, but last game you said Lofton Tidwell twice.
Lofton Tidwell.
You're making him one person now. I wonder what's going
Lofton
on.
Tidwell is one person. You mean Stockton Tidwell?
Yes, Stockton
All
Tidwell.
right. Oh, thrown to Haggard on the bike there after a penalty. We're unable to convert. It's going to be 4th down. This is sometimes 4-down territory for Coach Brantley, but I think there's just a look of disgust on his face after that mistake on the penalty cost Landmark, and we're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, he's waving people off. He's not happy at all right now. Well, and it's tough because we had a week of preparation, and here we are, 8:47 to go. And although it seems like we have a pretty good grasp on the game. It's only 7-0, and we've made some mistakes. We've had 2 turnovers now.
2 turnovers, and Josey's made some mistakes. Josey's very much in this game. They moved the ball well on us.
Wow, 8 miles high. Good, smart. Whoa. Oh, we got a penalty on that.
I don't know if the whistle was quite loud enough for Toomer as he's running down. It was a very short whistle. That's kind of an unfair flag.
He didn't hit the guy, just kind of went up and bumped
Grazed
him. It's hard on that fair catch, too, because if the guy only waves quick and then puts his hand down, if you weren't looking right at him, you don't know that he's fair catching it.
Well, small conference here as they discuss this penalty.
Maybe they'll wave it off. You got number 8, Joey Blunt, out there dancing. He's got some pretty good moves.
Well, Coach Brantley is telling Toomer the business down on the sideline as he's straightening the freshman out on how to handle that. Coach Brantley certainly seems to be perturbed over the performance so far.
Yeah, we just don't look real crisp yet tonight. I know we got guys playing different spots, but it's still a little unsettling. And as a coach, especially after having 2 weeks off, then, of course, you're thinking, well, did I give the guys too much time? Was I too easy on them? Should I work them harder? Did I prepare right? He's having a conference now with who's he talking to? Oh, Godby, Coach Godby. So the referees are trying to sort this one out. They're still trying to figure out what's going on.
Starting to have flashbacks 2 weeks ago.
Joshua Cobb. Normally Camden's the defensive captain. Yeah. Now Joshua's playing captain as well, but now they're talking to Coach Brantley, which is kind of, I don't think they're asking him.
I think they're explaining. I think they might be
because if
giving
it really
Landmark options.
Yeah, why would we have the option? Depending what maybe it wasn't on Nick Toomer. I don't know. Because it doesn't look they've marked the ball anywhere. It's where he caught it.
It is where he caught it. They've got the chain set.
Well, that's our chain gang. You can't rely on that. They said, yeah, we like that one. Now the other coach is coming out like, wait a minute. If he gets a ref having a conference with him, I want a ref giving me a conference.
All right, he's going to go back to the sideline. Coach Brantley still having conference with Coach Ross joining in.
Coach Ross broke it up.
Coach Ross is like, let's play football.
Yeah. I got the visor on. Coach Ross always reminds me of Grogan with that visor.
Okay, yeah. Gruden?
Gruden. What did I say, Grogan?
Grogan.
Yeah, he was a quarterback. Okay. Gruden. I'm not having a good broadcast night. I need to read the commercial next time.
Well, I tell you, Coach Ross loves the visor for this reason. Our first season here at Landmark in '96, Coach Thorne bought us these hats, and they were like amazingly high, like 8 inches off the head, old school
right.
Baseball caps
with the mesh built in the front, so it sits real high.
Coach Ross lost his the first week.
I thought you could tell me he cut the big thing out and made it into his own visor.
No, he lost it, and you can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes. He lost it that first week.
I could see Coach Thorne, and you know what? He probably, I got him for they were on special. They
I
had
remember
clearance.
showing up the game. The first week we had him, and him asking, Robbie, where's your hat? Right. Oh, I left it. I left it at the school, Coach.
Forever.
Number 4 spins, meets Mason Wallace. Mason Wallace having a big game in at defense, and they drop him for a loss. 2nd down and 11. That was number 4, Ridley, on the carry.
Boy, that was amazing. He hit him and spun him. Mason Wallace didn't have any of it. And he comes in from the safety twice now when he's in on the blitz. Boom. Apparently, they must have waved off the flag because it doesn't look like anything changed from when the guy caught it. I never saw the waving of the flag, but I don't know why they were talking to Coach Brantley for so long. Who do we have in at nose tackle right now?
It looks like Big Al Hogan in there.
Yeah, he is. Big Al Hogan playing
Fighting.
defensive line now.
He's actually running, trying to pursue. He might make there. No. Hosted defenders finally bring down.
Who brought him down? 58?
58,
Before
Drew
that.
Anderson.
No, but actually the initial one was
88, Taylor Snyder.
no, Kyle Ferguson.
Kyle Ferguson?
Yeah, it came all the way in and around. Drew Anderson's quick, though. For his size, he's an athlete.
He could be a quarterback.
Yes, he could be a quarterback. Just ask his grandfather.
Josey sends in some substitutes. Cornell Clark among them. 82, the receiver, Norvette Lowry, had a big catch on the last drive down at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, we're airing it out here.
Foreman in the shotgun. Not quite sure what's
A
going on.
lot of whistles are blowing.
It's going to be delay a game against Josey. Just
Wow.
looking here at the Josey lineup, there are 4 Foremans on this team. So four players with the last name Foreman, perhaps brothers, perhaps cousins, perhaps no relation at all, but that's a lot of Foremans for one team. It's almost like
Too many guys are in charge.
too many guys in charge. It's almost like the Landmark cross-country team with all the Foremans they have.
Oh, boom, boom. Okay, with 6:52 to go, the clock's now running. 3rd down and 10. I say they're airing it out. Big play down here on the bottom. Boy, Stone pulls over on a blitz. We're leaving a receiver uncovered.
Okay.
Oh! It was underthrown, and like 4 Landmark defenders were coming in for the interception, and we screened ourselves out.
All right, well, we got a report on the Josey player. Not sure if it's concussion or what. He's not saying much. Seems to be in pretty bad shape, and they're going to take him to Eggleston to get him checked out. So our prayers go to that player and his family as he's making the trip to Eggleston. No better care in the state of Georgia, probably in the southeast United States, than Eggleston. And we pray for him and his doctors as they get that sorted out.
Yeah, you hate to see that for anyone. We pray that it's sorted out. It's not a career-ending injury. We got Lofton back, and now Joey comes back, Blunt, for the punt return.
Lofton fair catching. You know, years ago Tech had Kelly Rhino, who was a little bit smaller than Lofton, and he was their punt return. That's all he did was punt return, but he refused to fair catch. I'm going to challenge Lofton to refuse to fair catch. Get under the ball, make the catch, and make something happen.
Yeah, well, when you're in college, and the pros, they don't pay you to fair catch it. They pay you to run it back. High school might be a little different.
Yes.
So you're going to challenge your student in class to not fair catch.
Class, yes.
And then he's going to be out there clear fair catch time. He's not. He's going to muff it, and Coach Brantley's going to come up in the box and kill you. Okay, Hager on a bike on the bottom of the screen, and we run.
Here comes the trap again.
Man, Lofton.
No answer from Josey on that. Well, I don't think he's going to take it. Lofton likes to hit everything with a little bit of steam, so if he can't get under it on a running start, he's going to fair catch that. Landmark moving into Josey territory. 6:23 here in the second quarter. Landmark up 7-0. Threatened a couple of times, had a couple of key mistakes that knocked us off course. Josey's been playing a pretty good ball game themselves, except for a few crucial errors that kept them out of the end zone.
Yeah, they're good for 2 to 3 plays per series or every couple series. Just when they need it most, they're not able to get it.
Got a flag. False start on Landmark. Official very excited about getting in on that one.
Yeah, it's almost like he was getting paid for the number of calls he gets to make, and he wanted to make sure he got credit.
He wanted to be the one to get it.
So another, which does not help Coach Brantley's blood pressure at all when you start getting these mistakes like this. First home game, we got a huge crowd tonight. About the size you'd probably see for almost homecoming. Probably you would, because we lose some of that for the chairs for the homecoming queens. So I'd say we got us a homecoming crowd here for the first home game. Had a great tailgate tonight, and this is Landmark football.
Lofton takes the handoff. He's got nothing but real estate in front of him. Big tackle there by number 12, unafraid, Myron Godby. I wonder if he's related to our own Coach Godby. Myron Godby comes up, makes the tackle, and brings Lofton down. I got to hand it to Josey in tackling Lofton. They're fearless.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of teams we've seen have tried to sidestep him like a bull. They're going right at him. Quick wedge there by Stockton Tidwell.
Stockton Tidwell, there it is.
Yeah, Stockton Tidwell. All right, by Stockton McGuire, quarterback, dives forward for about 6 yards. Second down now.
You know, the Tidwell family could have another child, and I think Stockton would be a very appropriate name.
You know, they are both from Douglasville.
Yes, see? We talked about that Douglasville connection before.
Yes.
It got me in trouble.
Well, we got Patton at the top of your screen, Blunt at the bottom. Quick pass to Taylor Snyder for the tight end, but nothing there for him is a number 11, Cornell Clark, on the tight coverage. That's the first time I've seen us throw that route to the tight end, and Josey had it sniffed out pretty quick.
We got a special little text just came in. It's for our friend over here, my broadcast partner, D. Wilson.
Mike Nettie, that is Uncle Mike. He's from the Fout side. He is not from the Tidwell side, so he had some of the speed. And Uncle Mike, Lofton's uncle.
Oh, Lofton's got the corner.
Lofton's running. He's got the edge. He's at the 10. He's still going. It's amazing how his legs just keep going forward regardless of the contact. He picks up a good 27 yards and takes it inside the 5.
Two unique things on that one. First, Lofton made a move. Did you actually see he tried to put a little fake on the guy, which that was one of the first times I've seen a little fake on the corner. Usually he just blows the guy with his shoulder pad. And then when he got hit, he was running sideways.
Yep. Well, Uncle Mike is wishing that Lofton would consider Central Michigan University. I would love that he would play at a school of that caliber. I don't want him to go that far. I'm trying to push him to Duke University.
Duke, he'd be great at Duke.
He would be great at Duke, and he's got that insightful. I would love to have him in math class at Duke.
Oh.
He's just shy of the end zone. Somebody grabbed his jersey and held on for dear life. Going to be just inside the 1. Second down. Luke McLean comes in for Patton. And Coach Brantley's got to hopefully be feeling a little bit better. One mistake there. The rest have been just solid, crisp plays by the Landmark offense.
What happened to the tearaway jersey? Remember the days of the tearaway jersey? Lofton would have had a touchdown right there.
And that's just a wedge, and that's easy work for Stockton McGuire running in behind Kyle Carrera. Kyle Carrera overcoming an injury in the pace game. He had a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
Played the entire game with that, and seems to be doing much better now. Carson King coming in on the extra point.
Well, was it dislocated the whole time, or it came out and they popped it in?
They popped it in, but I'm told that the entire game he was just in extreme pain.
Yeah, I got to believe
from that.
Okay, let's see if we can keep. He's on a roll here. He's 1 for 1, and it's
up. It's good.
It's 2 for 2. I don't claim to call him good or bad anymore because our angle. I've had a few bad attempts on that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you noticed, Chuck. We got these new pads on.
I was just going to say that.
Landmark uprights. Now you notice that's not Landmark gold.
No.
And that's not even our Navy. That is Michigan maize. That is a direct result of our athletic director liking Big Blue, I think.
Well, maybe, or he just he ordered them online and they only came in like 3 yellow colors, so you just got to make do.
Well,
you could have got your real color on there, but
that could be a good excuse for him. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I was going to say, and we don't have flag. Do we have flags on top? I guess we do. They're just laying there.
Yes.
Well, only one goalpost have flags on top. But it doesn't matter. The wind's not blowing at all tonight. So Stockton's gone left. Stockton's gone right on, what do you call the little 15-yard, it's not a pooch kick, a little pop-up. It's almost like an infield fly.
We used to call it high right and high left. Back when we could really get a head of steam on our defenders, guys were scared to catch the ball.
Oh, right, because we'd run up. You could run like 10 yards back. Now I think Stockton's going to kick away. See if he can put it in the end zone here.
He puts leg behind it. He's going to
not
perfect. Quite the depth he's had before, but
he placed it perfectly.
Puts it between 2 returners, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20 on the touchback.
I think actually maybe Coach Brantley's letting him do a highlight film. Stockton kicks left, Stockton kicks right, Stockton kicks down the middle.
All right.
Right?
Right. Stockton runs the wedge. I'd like to see him do a little more Stockton on that quarterback keep that he designed earlier.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was the one for the game. We'll save that for the playoffs. I tell you, though, if there's a college out there, a Division I school that's looking for a quarterback to do the wedge, Stockton's your number one recruit.
Yeah, and you could get a kicker at it at the same time.
Exactly.
2 for 1.
Save another scholarship slot.
3:28, and we're going to have a timeout, as it looks like, by Josey. Josey has 1 timeout remaining. Landmark with all 3 of theirs.
Wow. You know, every day my admiration for Miss Kathy Haney just goes higher and higher. Miss Kathy Haney, she just throws it down. She's like, where's Marsha on the scoreboard? Kathy Haney calls you out, Marsha Burdette.
Marsha, great job there updating that for us. Thank you. 14-0.
Wow. We have a guest in the booth tonight. Will Yancey's here. He's going up on the roof. When he comes down, though, we'll talk to you. Yeah, it's funny. We're way up here, up top, and I'm getting a distinct diesel smell.
Diesel?
Yeah, can you smell diesel coming through the window? We got something going on?
Okay, after the timeout, 3:28, Josey's first down, 80 yards to go. Landmark looking to get the ball back for a score. Fakes the
fake
toss,
pitch.
trying to get the receiver on the backside. What a play there. Big Al Hogan deflects the pass and just manhandles the quarterback. Big Al Hogan doesn't get much time on defense, but he's making the most of it tonight.
Do you feel? I felt the rumbling from the press box down below. Grandma's Hogan's down there just jumping up and down. Just hit the roof. Yeah, our senior for tonight, I guess we're having a senior each week.
Okay.
At the beginning of the year. I know the very first senior happened to be my son, Cam Cusimano. Tonight, I believe it's Joshua Cobb is an honor student that has excelled at 3 sports, football, wrestling, and track. So Joshua Cobb tonight is our senior student, or maybe we're doing 2 tonight because we also have Zach Stone. I'll do that commercial when we finally get it.
Okay. Running back has the corner.
Wow.
Gets inside Brandon Stone, and Joshua Cobb, one of our seniors for the night, able to grab him just before he makes the first down marker. It's going to be 4th down and 1. You got to think that Josey's going to punt this. It's kind of a risky move to go for it. Nope. Okay. So they just moved the box. I guess it's 3rd down and 1. Josey's got 2 backs in the running back. In the backfield, quarterback Foreman in the shotgun. Here
Josey
comes
needs
the
this
snap.
bad.
He rides the read. He keeps. He dives, and he's going to get that spot. He's across the 30, and it's going to be 1st down. 2:30 with the clock running. They're going to stop it to move the chains.
Matthew Drury there on the bottom of that pile. He jumps up, chin straps hanging off. He's all fired up.
It's kind of weird to see Will Yancey come through the press box and look down and see a big 55 down there.
Yeah. And
Richie Wilkie fills that out pretty good.
You know, when you look at it, the way his neck sticks out of his shoulder pads, too, he looks a little like Will Yancey. He's a little taller, though.
And that's saying something. Here comes the snap. Quarterback looking, fakes, tries to throw a wheel. Great coverage by Mason Wallace, having a great night here on defense.
I can't. They shuffled the defense around so much. I can't figure out who Mason is now, who was playing his spot last week, but they may not get it back.
I think that's Peyton's spot, isn't it?
Peyton Hayes, that's right, because Peyton's nursing a sore shoulder, and he's not playing tonight either.
Here comes Stone in on defense, replacing Drury. Drury going to get a lesson from Coach Ross about something. Nope, Coach Rice giving that lesson. Josey in the spread. 2 receivers wide at the top of your screen. Here comes the snap. Josey's going to run it. It's a design draw, and the quarterback's got plenty of room in front of him. He weaves through defenders, and he's dropped after he gets into landmark territory. He's at the 46, a minute 56 left, and Josey's threatening to score once again.
He hurt his ankle, I think.
Oh, gosh.
He's rolling around.
All right. I think he's going to be all right. I think he's a little sore, but he gets up.
The coach
is worried. I would certainly be too. Foreman, quite the player for them.
He might have been just so happy. He was just laying, yeah! That was a great open field tackle by Joey Blunt. He came up, and instead of just going for the hit and knockdown, he actually wrapped him up and tackled him at the knees.
Josey breaking the huddle quick. I'm not sure if that formation is right. That receiver's off the line. But Foreman's going to keep. He's going to run again, going to use all his legs. He's got room in front of him.
Uh-oh.
And he just breaks
Wow.
2 tackles. Joey Blunt came over the top and kind of thought it was wrapped up and didn't contribute, and he's going to end up being first and goal inside the 5 now. Foreman is on fire.
Boy, Ferguson came in, and he knew he would just gave him a bump like he knocked him out of bounds. Kyle's all over the field. He's about the only guy out there with the speed that can get him. So Josey down 14-0, and they got a good drive going here, and they're starting to figure it out. If they can get number 17 in space and let him dance around Nathaniel Foreman, one of the 4 Foremans, he can do what he wants.
Well, it's minute 18 left. 4 plays and 4 yards separate them from their first score. They got the big lineup in the backfield.
Yeah, they
got
do.
number 70 and number 65, 2 huge behemoths of men lined up as fullbacks.
And we got no receivers. They're going tight set. This is the old school, right up the middle in the box.
Power eye all the way.
I'd put 8 guys in the box on my side. I'd just jam it up.
Well, all you got to do for those big guys, if they're not used to running, you're just going to get down there and be under those pads and drop them, and then the back has to do something. He's not going to have any real estate in front of him.
He'll have to do the Herschel Walker and go over the top and
Yes.
flip. Wasn't he famous for that?
He was famous for going over the top. I don't think they quite have Herschel in the game.
No, guys don't do that anymore.
If Lamar was up here, he could tell us about that.
Yeah. Well,
But they push it on in,
with the little guy, number 22,
and that's going to be
Nathaniel Anthony. No, what is his name?
that's Naquan Anthony, one of the captains.
Yeah.
So with 58 seconds left to go here in the first half, Josey finds their way on the scoreboard, and they're going to try to cut it to a 7-point game on this extra point.
So now I got the full scoop. We have highlighted seniors that we're going to talk about each game, and I'll read you my commercial.
Here comes the kick. Looks like we almost blocked it, but he's able to get it through. And Josey, 14-7 with 58 seconds left to go here in the half.
That was a weird handling. Well, we have 2 seniors we're going to feature each game. Tonight we have Zachary Stone and Joshua Cobb. We'll talk about Zach Stone. He's number 13. His parents are Joseph and Alma Stone. Brandon is his little brother, and he'll graduate in 2017. He plays fullback. His life verse is Psalms 126:3. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Zach Stone has been a student at Landmark since pre-first grade and will graduate next spring with a 4-year letter in varsity football. Zach loves sports and in his time as a student at Landmark, he has also played basketball and is a member of the track team. His first love remains football, and he's excited about and enjoying this final season with his teammates. He has excelled academically and is a member of the National Beta Club and Key Club. He is also a student ambassador and a prefect. We got time. Since he was a baby, Zachary has had a joy for life. He loves to laugh and is often seen with a smile on his face. He is looking forward to this next season of his life as he moves on to college. His love of sports won't end as he hopes to study business or sports management so that he can continue to be around athletes and coaches. Zachary began playing football with the inaugural Junior War Eagle team in 2007 and has enjoyed every minute of it. He loves his teammates and others, and his father, his coaches have had the greatest impact on his life as he has grown into a young man. Off the field, he enjoys spending time with his friends and family and his dog, Miko. His favorite things are ESPN and Zaxby's.
Here's the kick. It's up and it's short. And we're having trouble getting on it. Finally, Tyler Spann, number 26, falls on that at the 31. I got to ask you, that comes in as a message from Katie. Did she text all of that to you while she was filming?
I
She
can't
is a
imagine
master.
anybody can type that much text. It is in a text, I will admit that, and it did come from my beautiful bride. His favorite things to do are ESPN and
His
Zaxby's.
favorite things are ESPN and
You
Zaxby's.
dip some chicken in the sauce and you watch some sports on TV. I mean, for most guys, that's almost legendary. That's a good Saturday afternoon. cut the grass and you eat some chicken and watch some football.
Landmark goes empty spread. Got a tight end and 4 wide receivers.
Boy, number 29, he is agitated. They called timeout because they had trips on the bottom, and they only had 2 defenders out there with Haggard on a bike on the very bottom. He could have gone all the way. Hey, crazy thing about it, to show how these nicknames stick.
Yes.
I got a little update in my Twitter account. It says you can now follow Haggard on a bike. That's his Twitter handle.
Now,
you would have thought that of all the, who knows, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Twitter feeds, handles, whatever they call them,
yes,
that somebody would have thought Haggard on a bike. Do you know where that came from now? You want me to give me the background story?
you can go ahead and share it again. It comes from somewhere up at Windshape, right?
No, no. That's where they started using the name. But where it originally came from is Camden, my son, he brought a deck of Uno cards on the bus rides. And they started playing Uno, the players. Well, we had, Harry Potter came out years and years ago, and his oldest sister, I guess we got her some of these Uno cards, and he thought they were cool. They're about 16 years old. Well, one of the Uno cards is Haggard on a bicycle.
On a flying motorcycle.
Yeah, flying motorcycle. And so whenever Patton would see it, he'd say, oh, that looks like Haggard on a bike. So they started coining that phrase, and there you go, Haggard on a bike.
Well, Landmark changes set, coming with the trap maybe.
Yeah.
Nope. Quick dive to Lofton. First time they've run that play from that set.
I think they got Lofton's number with the grab the jersey.
Yes.
He needs a tighter fitting jersey.
Well, if he gets too tight, he starts vomiting, and they have to change it. So
That's true.
It's a delicate balance.
Can you go for the halfy, where you just wear it above where your pads and have your stomach show?
Quick pass here to Blunt on the slant,
wow.
But I don't know what happened there. I was watching the receiver.
I think Stockton just threw it right in the ground just to get rid of it because he said, hey, this ain't working. Maybe it isn't what they were looking for. Coach Brantley's already trying to dial something else up.
Well, now it's third down.
32.5 seconds.
Maybe the screen coming.
When they scored, I thought it was over. I didn't realize we were going to have a whole another series of downs and give Landmark a shot to score, which would be huge if we can go up 21-7 here.
Landmark having quite the confusion over players. I'm going to call a timeout. Landmark, 32 seconds to go. They're 67 yards away. That timeout could have been useful there. Coach Brantley's systolic and diastolic are slowly creeping up here tonight.
Yes, they are.
You can actually get a direct measurement of that by the shade of red he turns each time one of these things happens.
We could write a little algorithm for that and probably predict his blood pressure just by how red his head gets. I had a coach in high school, and when he really got animated, he had a vein that came right across his head, and for some reason it would just bulge out, and we would all go, oh, the vein's out. And if it was like sitting on top, you knew you were in trouble.
All right, so do you know what happened to that coach? Is he still around? Or was there an aneurysm?
He actually did die early, but I think it was of a heart attack because he also had quite the girth on him.
Okay.
He was one of those classic Southern coaches that had a very large stomach. But if you saw him from behind, you'd think he was a skinny guy. But when he turned sideways, it was all right there. It was probably a good 14 to 16 inches of protrusion straight vertical. Horizontal.
At the bottom. Stockton looking to throw.
For Lofton.
He's got Lofton on a wheel, but yet another throw that's errant as
and Stockton got drilled.
Gets hit by number 2, Paris Jones.
And
that's 22. I'm sorry, Naquan Anthony.
It looks like we're going to punt.
Punt with 26 seconds. I'd hate to give Nathaniel Foreman 26 seconds with the ball.
Yeah. I think I would I'd punt it low and let it bounce. And look, number 32, Miles, he's practicing the fair catch signal with the ref.
Trying to get it straight.
Well, and that's a good referee
yes.
going, look, son, I think that's why they called it off last time. They said he didn't give the appropriate signal, so they didn't penalize him.
I think I'd go Foreman here on the return.
Wow, that's
Not
straight up and down.
Much of a kick by Stockton.
Don't touch it. Just let it roll. Let the clock burn.
Going to be 16.3 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we taught our players that when you're trying to burn clock, you just let that thing dribble. You could get another 4 or 5 seconds off there thinking, oh, we're going to lose 2 yards and let's touch it. So they're going for the end zone, I'm thinking here. They'd love to get a score and go in and tie it up after a game that seemed like Landmark had control, although it's been kind of sloppy so far.
Well, there's a flag on the field in the area where nothing happened. I'll have Brantley at the half. All right, so we got update that we are going to get an interview with Coach Brantley at the half by our sideline reporter Cameron Dobbs.
She scored another halftime coup. You know, all the other national syndicated broadcasters like Cameron are trying to get halftime highlights with Coach Brantley, but she gets it every time.
Well, she's got the halftime interview, and then at the half, we're going to send it down to her for the entire halftime spectacle. There's going to be a passing competition of some sort. Not quite sure what it is. The Booster Club, Champions Club, is sponsoring, and Cameron's going to bring it all to you.
And we'll call it the Cameron Dobbs halftime show.
Well, they spread us out with an empty formation. Foreman looking to pass.
Oh, wide open on the corner.
Whoa,
drilled.
Big hit there by Gabrielson as he drops it.
Wow.
And Foreman didn't like that. It's going to be 11 seconds left here.
He had a guy, too. The two closest receivers ran deep routes. The furthest one did a down and out, and he was wide open, and the quarterback looked right at him. I don't even think he saw Dylan because he was just looking away, and he just ran him over.
Empty again. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. He's just going to throw it up. Gosh.
What?
He put some depth on that ball, and number 10 just does miss catching it. I think Ferguson was able to get into his light right there at the last second. But 2.1 seconds left, and he's got just one more chance to try to.
And it's holding against the Eagles.
Well, you know, if he hadn't tossed that at such a great angle, I think that would hit the end zone. I think he might still be able to hit the end zone if he.
That thing was up there. I mean, it was like 3/4 up the light pole. We got Lori and Annie Swords watching the War Eagles. They're watching in Greenville, South Carolina, preparing for Lady Paladin Collegiate Golf Invitational. The Paladin. What is a Paladin?
That would be the Furman mascot. I think it's some kind of knight, is it?
A paladin is a knight. I was thinking it's like a bird. But somebody will text in. Where's Randy Gravitt when you need him? Boy, talking about a Hail Mary or just throwing it up, he threw it up. Hey, it worked last week against Nebraska or 2 weeks ago in the end zone. They gave up a Hail Mary and lost the game.
4 receivers to the bottom of your screen this time, under center, and they take the knee.
Yeah.
They had us fooled.
To the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Landmark 14, Josey 7.
Coach Brantley.
So we got Coach Brantley coming in.
Well, I'm here with Coach Brantley on the field, and we obviously a lot of improvement of Josey from last year to this year. Were you able to distinguish that this week on the film, or were you ready for that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They are a much improved team over last year, and they're playing really good.
So, what are your concerns for this next half?
Well, they're a real good team, and we're gonna have to play as well as we can, and give a great effort in the second half, and hopefully we can pull this thing out.
Well, we wish you the best. Thank you.
Tune in to the NFL.
Thanks, Cameron. We're going to give you a second or two to get set up. Well, we have Mr. Tidwell out there, Lofton's father, who's also the president of the Champions Club, and it looks like we're going to have a big passing contest. They got to throw a ball through a big piece of plywood with a hole in it, like carnival days.
Yes.
Now,
like
I remember
where the halftime challenge.
The Dr. Pepper halftime challenge.
You win like a scholarship and
for like $100,000.
Yeah.
Cameron, what's the prize for this winning thing if you toss the ball through?
Well, I know if you win, you get season tickets this season, so that's definitely a big surprise for the contestants this game, and it's definitely a big deal to come see some Landmark football every week.
So we're going to have Bernard Turner versus Luke Persuma. Luke, I'll just go with Luke and Bernard. Okay, you take the call from here, the play-by-play, Cameron.
Hey, thank you.
Now, you might be too young for this, Cameron, but they used to have a coach there with you throw a pie and try to hit him in the face.
As you can see, this target is set up on the 20-yard line.
Well, I'm here with Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner, real quick, do you have any strategies in this? Have you practiced at all?
No, let me see. Work your own. No, not really. I didn't take my best shot at it.
Sounds good. Well, we wish you the best. Here he goes. He's going to start off at about 10 yards to try to get it in this 3-foot diameter hole. He's ready to go. Oh, and just barely missed, maybe about a yard off.
This is who he's competing
and we're
against,
here
this
with a
little
younger
guy?
person here. Now, what's your name?
My name's Luke.
Now, what grade are you in, Luke?
I'm in third.
Awesome. Now, do you have any strategy with this?
No, I play flag football though.
Wow, so you're pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best.
It's a big ball, that kid.
All right, here he goes. Oh, just barely short. What a throw. Looks like we got a future Stockton here.
I'm going to give y'all a break. We're going to do it from the...
So we're going to back him up here. We got about 15 yards now, a little bit harder. Here we go.
Cameron, isn't it supposed to work the other way? You start at 15. If you don't get it, you move closer and closer?
You know, that's a good question.
Wow.
What a great try by Luke, though. Just barely short. All right, we got Mr. Turner going again from the 15-yard line. Oh, he's backing him up even more. Here we go. About 20 yards away.
Mr. Turner didn't even hit the plywood last time.
Turner, it's on you.
He's backing up even more. He looks like he's
gonna
pretty
get a running
confident.
start. He's getting a running start.
Here we go. Oh, just off to the right. Both very good tries by both of our contestants tonight. Now, although they did not either make it, they are going to be able to get a hat to support the Landmark team. Thank you so much.
Cameron, can you get a little after action from Luke there? He seemed like such a good interviewee.
Yes, definitely. Well, Luke, we saw you have a great game tonight out here on the field. And, you know, I was saying, I think we see a future Stockton in you. Do you look forward to playing quarterback one day in high school?
Yes.
That's awesome. Now, do you play quarterback now or do you play a different position?
I play quarterback right now.
I can tell. You're very good. Are you playing for the Junior War Eagles?
No. I don't go to this school.
Oh, you don't? Are you coming here next year?
Yes, I hope.
Awesome. What school do you go to now?
I go to People's Elementary.
All right. Well, we hope to see you in the hallways next year. And once again, great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, well, we're back from halftime. The one thing, Dennis, and I didn't do today was we've had this tradition. Well, I guess, how many times you have to do something until you make it a tradition? 3 times?
Sure.
You're just like, whatever, Chuck. We didn't go out for barbecue today.
Well, our tradition is to go out for barbecue for the away game.
Oh, okay, so that is a tradition then because we're not away.
So next week, I would think we're going out for barbecue.
Central Carrollton. So anybody knows a good barbecue place over there it's in Douglas County again?
No, it's in Carroll County.
Carroll County, all right.
Central of Carroll County, that's it.
That's it. I went down below, and I got to talk to Grandma Al Hogan and meet some other people. I forget who she introduced me to, but they're from Douglas County, and they kind of give me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was just kidding about that, but apparently you say anything about Douglas County, my name is a scourge there now. Mark Hostler. Thank you, Mr. Hostler. He said a paladin is a knight renowned for his heroism and chivalry. See, said Mark Hostler. He's out there listening. He jumped ahead of Randy Gravitt as our statistician because he actually will come in and help us out. Randy actually, I know, is at a soccer game tonight with Rebecca, his daughter, playing up at Covenant College. So we have 2 seniors tonight we wanted to feature. The first one, as you heard, was Zachary Stone. And our second one is Joshua Cobb. Joshua Cobb is an honor student that has excelled at 3 sports, football, wrestling, and track, at the state and region levels. Joshua has also excelled in music, playing the flute since elementary school, being active in the band, and an all-state choral student, and a member of the chamber singers and praise band singers for chapel. Joshua's doing it all. Joshua has always been an extremely competitive athlete and student and has always wanted to achieve. What makes Joshua unique is his work ethic. In order for him to be good at so many things, takes such dedication to rest, diet, and the details of whatever the tasks at hand are. His favorite athlete is Tim Tebow. His life verse is 2 Corinthians 4:17 through 18, which reads, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, is working for us a far more exceeding and external weight of glory. While we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Who I most admire is my dad because of his integrity and sacrifice for our family. My short-range goals for college are to attend one of the following: the Naval Academy, West Point, Stanford, Oklahoma State, Virginia, and/or Virginia Tech." So he's got it listed. "I would like to wrestle at the Division I college level and be a pre-med major. My long-range goals are to be an oncologist and research cures for cancer, also serving our nation in the armed forces. During my time at Landmark Christian School, I've been challenged to strive for my best in all of my activities I do. I am also surrounded by great Christians who have devoted their lives for impacting kids with the love of Jesus Christ. These people have helped me grow spiritually and made me into the man I am today. Since I've been at Landmark since the elementary school as a student, I have been helped in many ways. I have been helped in any way I needed, and I have been allowed to artistically express myself in chambers and in the school productions without Landmark. He wouldn't have been able to achieve all this. So we have Zachary Stone, Joshua Cobb tonight. Both want to go on to college. We are a college prep school. Most of the kids go to college.
We seek to honor Jesus Christ by equipping college-bound students to become servant leaders in their communities and the world.
And,
first sentence of our mission statement.
And both of these young men have been here for a long time at Landmark, and they've got the full measure. They got the whole meal, everything that Landmark could offer. And it's great to see them because, look at both of them. They're not take anything away from them, but they're also very typical of a Landmark student. They are in fine arts, they're in athletics, they're in academics. We don't have enough students to just do one thing, so most of the students do many things.
Yes.
And that's what's great about it. So we did get word on the player for Josey. I think it was number one of the number ones, and it was...
it was... I talked to a coach. He said his first name is Matthew.
Okay,
they have one Matthew on the roster, which is Matthew Harris. He said that it is a concussion, slight concussion, and that it doesn't seem as bad as it first seemed, but they're going to get him checked out and make sure everything's going to be all right.
Got it. All right, do we have the clock ready to roll?
Well, Landmark gets to return a kick. This is going to be their second kick of the game to return. It's kind of strange for Landmark to be returning kicks. I guess Coach Brantley just has a lot of luck with the toss because typically we return the opening kickoff.
Yeah. I like the refs. Got out there, did a little hand in the middle, 1, 2, 3, break. Woo! Go team.
We went into the locker room, listened to a little bit of pep talk by Coach Ross. And so this is
Oh, you
the
went in locker room?
I did.
I went down and had a hot dog and socialized.
Yes.
Wow.
I went to get a little scoop on what's going on. So it turns out we've got 2 spies on Mr. Foreman. Taylor Snyder is supposed to have him, and Brandon Stone. They both have eyes on that quarterback.
Got
He's
it.
not supposed to leave. Coach Ross said, there's no way I can put a third there. You need to do your job. That 1 should be enough, but we've got 2. And so hopefully
And he's still running free, though.
he's still running free. At the volume Coach Ross gave that to them, they understand their job fully now.
Okay. So it was he raised his voice a little bit?
Just a tad.
Because it's noisy in the locker room. You need to hear him. Wow.
It's what Coach Ross calls his sideline voice. Great little onside kick.
Wow.
Great job there by the Landmark
Nick
player.
Todd.
Nick Todd with good hands pulls it down.
Look at Andy Anderson. He's going to give him a bro hug right there. Dude, Nick Todd jumps up, and that's not like the Coach Mark Miller's like, let me see those hands.
Yes.
I don't. Do you think he meant to do the one side? I think he messed up the kickoff. I think it was a little
If
muff.
he messed it up, it was a beautiful onside kick.
Yeah. So Landmark comes out in offense, and I'm thinking Lofton might get it.
Lofton might get this.
Stockton Tidwell. Then you're safe both ways.
Yes. Lofton gets it on the dive. He gets to keep it. He hurdles one. Oh, my gosh. He breaks a tackle and runs over Joey Blunt. And a burst of speed gives him 8 more yards.
He pushed Joey Blunt aside.
Joey will not be blocking for him in the future, I don't think. Joey just get out of the way.
Yeah, you actually slowed me down, Joey.
So Lofton takes it for a first down and into Eagle territory, Josey's 41-yard line. Lofton again at fullback. Stockton under center. Fullback goes into motion. No defender really goes for him, and here comes the dive again.
Oh, jumped
Great
over
move.
that. Oh, wow.
In. And Lofton's down at the 20-yard line. I talked to the athletic director, Coach Rice, at the half and asked if they could get whatever it is that cuts up the clothes. Taylor for Lofton's jersey.
Yes.
That they needed to sew him up tight, to cut down on
Or
the
give him a
tackles.
half shirt.
Yes. The half shirts are no longer legal in Georgia high school.
Ah, there it is, of course. There's some rule. They don't want kids showing their tummies.
Shirts are supposed to be long enough to tuck in, and they're supposed to be tucked in.
Well, the one guy for Josey, his
Yes,
shirt's down to his
his
knees.
is out.
Lofton's got the
going on
corner.
edge, and
Great open field tackle.
That's 12. Myron Godby, he saves the touchdown.
Well, on the last run, he got pounded. Lofton came and just smacked him down, so he came back on that one. Did we find out if he's any relation to Coach Godby?
I didn't get a chance. Coach Godby, the offensive coaching staff was huddled together the entire time I was down there, so I didn't get to have words with Coach Godby to find that out. Maybe we can get an interview with him after the game from Cameron Dobbs.
Yeah, Cameron.
Ask Coach Godby if he's related to number 12, Myron Godby.
Yeah, if you can get a little exclusive, Cameron, because I heard Coach Godby last year. I think Alcatraz did him one time, and he had it. Oh, there's Stockton on the wedge.
They did a little trickery there. They got
What was that quarterback?
Stock-
Whoa! Why is Josey running with the ball? Oh, they called it dead.
Lofton goes into motion, moves out. Defense certainly adjusted on that one, and the wedge just opens up for Landmark. First down and goal from the 6. Landmark driving the ball easily here at the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, they made some good adjustments at half. That's what we're known for, is the adjustments. Whitewater 0, Eagles Landing Christian 24. Yeesh.
I think that's a complete opposite score than they had last year. Lofton Tidwell bounds forward, not quite the run he's had, and here comes a flag. That's late, don't know what that is.
Yeah, maybe an interference. Our Lady of Mercy 7, Lumpkin County 26. We're playing Lumpkin County, huh? Did you used to play those years ago?
We played Lumpkin before my time. But yes, Landmark at one time played Lumpkin. That's up in Dahlonega, right? I believe Lumpkin County's Dahlonega. And
I was struggling where Central Carrollton was, so.
Well, it's funny. I've been to Lumpkin once. Coach G and I went. We were middle school coaches. Coach Thorne sent us up to scout GAC.
Okay.
And he said, "You don't let them know you're there." So we don't dress in Landmark. We sit there in the stands, and we just have these little notebooks so nobody can tell we're scouting. And before the game even starts, the GAC wrestling coach turns and waves to Fred.
Right, because everybody knows Coach G.
You got Coach G and his bright white hair shining.
Yeah,
people are going to know it.
Going to be incognito. So the coaching staff pulling Lofton out, sending in Luke McLean and a whole host of guys. I don't know what we're doing here.
I say we're wedging.
Well, I think the officials are still trying to sort out the penalty or something here because this is a long time. Oh, that was an ejection from the game.
An ejection for whom?
Josey.
Josey?
Wait, somebody. Yeah, he's telling me he has to leave.
They're going to call the coach over the sideline. Maybe
it was unsportsmanlike. I think it was their team captain, too. Number 22.
Was it 22? That's also their running back. One of the two.
I don't know what could have happened there because it wasn't much of a must have been words. And do you have to actually leave the playing area?
Yep, that's Naquan Anthony, one of their captains.
Yes, go in the locker room.
The only thing I could imagine is a swing.
Yeah, or maybe.
It is 22.
So you got Luke McLean on the top of your screen, way out wide, man-to-man out there.
It's going to be the wedge. Nope. Caleb Cobb gets a shot at it, and he's not going to quite make it.
Well, I saw NFL the other day. I was watching him. I think it was the Patriots. And they stopped the guy on like the 3-yard line, but the offensive line just pushed from the back, and they were so big they just swooshed right over.
The Patriots have center started. I don't know can't bring his name up, but rookie center started for the Patriots. Played 4 years as a center for Georgia. He's played for Wesleyan.
Really?
Yeah, so it's kind of not neat to see some of the Georgia single-A players
making it all the way to the big leagues.
Make it to the big leagues.
Who says you can't play great football in single-A? It's all competitive. Go for the wedge this time?
Wedge makes it on third down. Landmark's going to go up now 20-7. Carson King comes out with the block.
The block?
The block, the kicking block.
The kicking block, yeah.
It could be the block.
We don't want. Why are you going to jinx him like that? You don't want him to be Mr. Automatic again.
Carson and I have a very nice
relationship.
Antagonistic relationship. I like to needle him about the little things.
I thought maybe the Mollies got to you and paid you off.
The Mollies are more on the bad side than Carson is. Carson comes through with the kick and is 21-7. Landmark here, 9:16 left to go in the third quarter, and Landmark's offense looks like they got some stuff figured out. Coach Brantley's shade of red is getting a little paler.
Yeah. Well, as at least I have mentioned in all my years of broadcasting on this webcast, we do have a great coaching staff that seems to really understand how to make adjustments during the game, but especially at halftime. We usually, if something's going wrong, we usually come up with some type of an answer. Now, if you just got better players, I mean, I don't know how much of an answer you can have against a guy who runs like a 4.2 40. There's not a whole lot you can do there, but everything else we seem to make great adjustments. Well, so Stockton's gone left, Stockton's gone right, Stockton's gone in the middle. Now what? I say you let him kick it away again. It seemed to work last time. And if you notice their deep guy, I mean, I don't think they're watching the film. Yeah. Stockton kicked that over his head.
I just received word from Brett Nastasi, our Director of Sports Information, that Carson King is actually the game day player of the week, player of the month for October.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that you could get athlete of the week for soccer in October.
Oh, wow.
I guess there's a backlog.
Now we had a flag on this one, and they're going to push us back 5 yards. Offsides, maybe? Yep.
That's what he's pointing. Somebody. Looks like Caleb Cobb was off.
Poor Caleb. When the official's pointing right at you and your dad's a coach on the sideline, you don't even want to run off the field. No, I'll just stay out here. So now I'm not sure. I think Coach Brantley might change the kicking thing because we're going to kick it straight down the middle to the guy waiting on it. They got 3 deep. Is doing a little pooch maybe? No, he's going long with it, and he squibbed it.
He gets it in the middle again.
Between
this time
them.
it's going to roll. 23 trying to scoop it up. He's able to. He's at the 15. Drury unable to make the tackle. Now he's got the sideline, and he had a head of steam, and we finally run him out at the 43. Great run there by number 23, Shavante Bailey.
Yeah, Taylor Snyder gets over there and just throws his body out to get in the way, which is good because Taylor's a big guy. He can do that. So we have Kyle Ferguson back in on the defense. He's playing corner out there. He's been doing an amazing job of corner tonight. Joey Blunt back at safety now. Nick Toomer, up here on the other corner. We got some good corners out there.
Mason Wallace in. Mason Wallace has had a standing night filling in for Peyton Hayes.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget Matthew Drury over there, number 60.
Here comes the handoff to 4. Unable to find something, tries to dive into a crease, picks up a yard. Second down. 8:58 here in the third quarter. Landmark has extended their halftime lead by 7 to 21-7.
Well, I give Matthew Drury some credit there. He just ran full steam ahead. He was supposed to clog up that hole, and he clogged it up, but he ran into one of those guys that had at least 130 pounds on him and just put him on his back, but at least he knocked him into a big pile, and that's right where they ran. So if you can't make the tackle, just clog up the hole and do your job. So we had 82 down here on the bottom of your screen. I think they're going to throw. Matthew Drury on the blitz.
On the blitz. They find 23 on the edge. No, 29. Couple of tackles, and
somebody better bring him down.
They're
going to mark it like just short of the first down. I'm surprised.
He had made the first down, and then he kept running, and instead of getting his forward momentum, they're going to draw him short of the first down. Third down and very short one.
Plus, I think, wouldn't you say it's a 4-down territory right here?
Yep.
Why not?
That was Andrew Champion, another one of their.
Good name.
It is, Andrew Champion. He's one of their captains. Foreman runs the play in. Well, we haven't seen them really do anything with Foreman in his legs since coming back into this half. Pistol formation. Foreman hands off to the running back, who dances and unable to find anything. Great tackle by Brandon Stone. But unfortunately for Landmark, that's the first down as he crosses the marker.
Yeah, they had him on the initial thrust, but he just bounced to the outside. Good running back. Didn't see the hole. Felt some contact and just bounced around. So this is our first home game. Except you can call the Walker scrimmage, I guess, a home game. The field looks phenomenal. Looks great. A little spot there by the 40 is a little brown, but otherwise it looks good. About 4 years ago, we stopped putting the big war eagle in the middle, and it seemed to have healed good, and now we have a nice center of the field.
Well, I don't know if you noticed on your way in, Chuck, that they took our banner down.
What?
Yes, our banner has been replaced. No longer does it say that we are.
Uh-oh, there's a spy. We didn't get him.
Yeah, I think both of our spies missed out on that one.
So they took our banner down? A select
no longer
broadcast?
are we showing that we're a select school for the National Federation of High School Broadcasting. Instead, it shows that we are a field of excellence. I'm not quite sure who Chris Rock was able to pay to make that switch, but our banner is down and his is up.
Where'd our banner go?
I have it in my classroom. The excuse I got, official excuse, is ours has a little tear in it.
Wow. I'll order a new one. I think I'm going to fly from the flagpole. Whoa, little tomfoolery.
29 rips the ball from Foreman's hand, and it's a host of defenders, and they're just holding him up. I don't think there's even going to be a tackle. They
big scrum.
Call forward momentum over.
I thought he was trying to do a trick play there. Well, he pulled it and lifted it up over his head, but you think that was just a busted play. So Josey, after that big run by Foreman again, Foreman. Yeah, we have two spies on them, and they we couldn't figure him out. What happens is once he has a broken play and he's able to make things happen, we just aren't really great at stopping him in space. That's what I was hoping we would do last week with Stockton against Pace.
Looking to throw, got 4 in the flats. He's got blockers in front of him. It was actually a screen.
Wow.
Big stop there by Blunt.
Great job coming
Blunt
over the top.
Comes behind the screen. There must have been 1,000 pounds in front of the back, and Blunt's able to find the crease and make the tackle.
Yeah, he snuck in there. Or that's touchdown.
Yes.
Beautifully set up.
3rd down now. They're at the 7-yard line. They can pick up the 1st down by getting to the 4.
5:53 to go in the 3rd period. First time Josey's really had anything going this half since the halftime. A couple big plays.
Once again in the pistol formation.
Oh!
And miscue by Josey as the tackle takes off.
Oh, it's got to kill you.
It might kill you, might not. It might then put them in a situation where Foreman's going to make something happen.
That's a good point. Yeah, sometimes you'd want it close because you give him too much space, he can dance around. We have these coolers now, these tumblers.
Yes.
Got this metal tumbler. I put ice in it before the game, still jingling with some ice. Yeti cooler. Maybe we could be sponsored by Yeti. I'll contact them. Okay, with 3rd and 7 now after the penalty. Going to the end zone, wide open, number 82. Hasn't called his number all night.
Well, nope. Norvette Lowry's the one that caught that crossing route earlier and made the big run in the 2nd quarter, and so he gets it the 2nd time. And
another crossing route.
Another crossing route.
His favorite play. I haven't called him, but now twice.
So 5:30 here, and Josey's trying to pull it back within 1 score. Here comes the extra point.
Yeah, they keep hanging around just when we think we might have the game a little bit in hand. Boom, they come sneaking back. And this is a really, whoa.
No good.
No good.
So 8 points down now, as it's going to be now 21-13. And Landmark is going to get the kick.
Yeah, they keep hanging in there, and they keep trying to make something happen. And, you know, the scary thing with Josey is the more they hang around, the more nervous you become because at any moment they can score. They've shown that they can stumble, but one big play, and Foreman could run the whole distance. I don't know where Miles went, my favorite guy, number 32, but, you know, he can make it happen. So they got a lot of weapons over there, and, you know, I think I'd feel a lot more comfortable if we had like a 2.5 scores ahead. And we can go into slowdown mode if we had to. Well, I think this series will tell us a lot for how the adjustments were made at halftime. If we can go back down, our offense can control the game like they did that first series, go down and put 28 on the board. At least it says we can handle their defense.
Yes.
Flip-flop, our defense is all over the place. We have some great individual plays, then we have a miscue and somebody gets a big play again. So Josey's all about the big play on offense. We're all about the consistency with, you know, Lofton or somebody running, and we'll see what happens. There's a squib kick.
Lofton scoops it up at the 15, 20, 25, 30. They grab his feet. He breaks the tackle. He's at the 40 and ahead of steam. They have to catch him from behind, and he's down at the 46.
Boy, you wouldn't. Those 2.5 weeks off for him after that Pace game, you know, because he didn't play the Pace at all. He's like a man on a mission. I mean, the thing that's different about him, I don't know, maybe I haven't noticed this before, but I'm usually pretty good at that. He's doing a lot more movement. You notice he's jumping over some things. Before he would just run.
Yes.
Now he's actually got some movement in there. I think what it was is he lost another like 5 or 6 pounds during the break. He's a little lighter on his feet.
He's trying his best to avoid the fate that I gave him as a freshman of being an offensive lineman as a senior.
Wow, first down, and Landmark has a little mental error there. Put guys in motion and a little too much movement, and the line jumped.
Yep. Grayson Corda and Taylor Schneider guilty there. Grayson Corda getting a lot of time there at tackle tonight, the sophomore.
Coach Anderson's just shaking his head, looking down at the ground. He's mad. Yeah, I guess as an offensive line coach, there's only so many things you can really get upset about. Yeah. You know, going off sides like that is just disgusting. He's like all fit to be tied.
There's no excuse for jumping off when we don't really disguise a count. It's
Right.
pretty much set.
I guess it's just a lack of concentration.
A little anticipation perhaps on Corda's part. Stone comes out wide on the motion, and they weren't biting. They see number 4, and they've got him spied up. It's going to now be second down and long, 14 yards to go. And Drew Anderson comes back in to replace, nope, not to replace Corda, but, yep, to replace Corda.
Yeah, I think they're trying to spell Drew a little bit on offense and defense. I haven't seen Steven playing defensive line tonight, but
I have not. Number 22, that's Chris Manning coming in.
Yeah, Chris had a good game 2 games ago, caught a few balls, didn't he?
He's in at the flanker to the bottom of your screen, along with tight end to his side, Taylor Snyder. Toss there to Lofton. He's got a head of steam. He's trying to find the corner. He's got it. He runs over 2, 3 people. They're going to mark him just shy. I think the chain guy, Jack Tidwell's going to argue with the spot there.
Really? Does he have to disclose it? He's his father right then? Look, he's telling him this is where it needs to be.
He's talking to him.
Well, that is actually,
I don't think he's talking to him. I think he's just talking, but he's making his point known by talking.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like the best spot, but this has been a good officiating crew tonight, especially relative to last week's crew.
They certainly moved the game along. They made good decision quickly. 4:25 here in the third quarter. Stockton takes the handoff again, a toss to Lofton with a head of steam, and he might go all the way. They end up grabbing him from
face
behind.
mask. It's going to be a face mask or a collar because the ref threw the flag right away.
So Lofton gets it down to the 25, and the penalty is going to take us even farther.
I think that's my favorite set right there is when you allow Lofton to have a little space and you pitch him the ball.
Yes.
Because, A, he gets that head of steam that he likes, and number 2 is it allows him to make an adjustment initially, as opposed to when he's running right up the middle, he doesn't have much room to really to negotiate. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a cornerback and seeing a pitch come out to Lofton and he's coming at me full head of steam. I'd just be like, help! But we just keep getting that diesel smell in here tonight.
I smell that now, yeah.
Who's got the ambulances are running the whole time, and there's no wind. How could it be coming over here?
We didn't get any diesel smell with Norfolk Southern driving by all
No,
night.
we didn't.
Mason Wallace, we're getting reports from Cameron Dobbs, is on the bench icing his thumb. He's played a tremendous game in on defense for Peyton Hayes. First down and 10, handoff to Camp. Nope.
Oh, fake.
Stockton keeps it. He's got the corner. He decides to cut in. Got a move by Stockton.
Wow.
Adam Bacon on outside, and he makes the move back in, and he scores from 15 out.
I feel bad for
Landmark
Myron
takes it out
Godby
to
there. He
26.
got faked out of his shorts there.
Well, I'm starting to think then maybe he is related to our own Coach Godby, the move that got put on him there.
Wow, that's tough.
You know, I really would love us to get up in the game so we feel comfortable asking Coach Godby for a sideline interview right there in the middle of the game.
And it's up, and we got a penalty flag on the extra point, but it looks like we're getting closer and closer to Mr. Automatic. I hope he gets it back just to get you.
Game day player of the month, Carson King.
Game day player of the month, the whole month.
For October. It's not even October, and he's already the player of the month.
Boy, that's like putting somebody on the cover of Sports Illustrated, then you get the jinx.
It's the jinx. The jinx is certainly true. I remember William Bell. I don't know if you remember William Bell. He was running back for Georgia Tech. They beat Nebraska, won the national championship. He's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. The next week, he gets suspended from the team for a year because he's trying to sell back somebody else's textbooks.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
I know the Florida State went wide right 2 years in, or wide right, wide left, and they, lost the national championship for all intents and purposes 2 times. So they go out on a national search for the greatest kicker in America. They get a kid out of Colorado. He comes in. Nobody can kick like this guy, and they said that will be our number 1 recruit. Bobby Bowden says, I don't care. I'm getting a kicker. They bring the kid in, they put him on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and he bombs it. He goes wide something or other. It was horrible.
Well, they end up having to go all the way to Poland
To get their
to get
kicker.
Janikowski.
All the people in the whole United States, nobody can kick.
Yes.
Okay, so there was a flag on the extra point. Mr. Automatic got it, so I guess we declined it. And Stockton, I think he goes for the squib. He's been doing a great job of slicing the backs. And there's 3 of them back there, which is an odd set. Normally put one guy back and more guys up.
He put some leg into it. It's up.
Oh,
and
it's over
high.
the head. Over the head.
And
Yeah,
it's
smart
going to hit
move.
right at the goal line and going to get a touchback, 20-yard line, 3:58 left to go in the third. And Landmark defense comes out looking to stop number 17, Nathaniel Foreman, who's given him fits when he's gotten into open space.
Well, you missed the halftime. So we had to throw the football through the big hole in the plywood game,
Yes.
whatever that's called.
All right, Bernard Turner and
Luke, somebody. Luke
Yes.
doesn't go to school here. Luke's about 3'9",
okay.
maybe 3'5". He's in maybe second game. Cameron can tell us because she had the whole interview with him. And then the other guy, Bernard. Bernard's about my age, probably in his 50s, maybe 40. He's a dad, and he's competing with the kid. And what they do is they start at the 15-yard line. If you didn't get in, they move you back instead of moving you closer. So it got worse. The little kid had an arm. He almost drilled it. And when Cameron asked him, he says, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to be a quarterback."
All right. Well,
Oh,
Luke
the fake.
Pruixma is actually son of Landmark
my.
alum David Pruixma, so he'll be a second-generation War Eagle when he comes.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he has a sibling here now in middle school.
Nick Toomer made a tremendous play. It was the fake play-action pass, and then he pulls it up and does a quick toss to the receiver who tries to make a move, and Nick Toomer comes and just kills it on the open field tackle. We got a player down.
That's
injured.
Norvette Lowry, the receiver that's down.
So, Cameron, what'd you think of about your Cameron Dobbs halftime show? Cameron, she texts, she talks, she does it all in once.
Well, it was a lot of fun. I loved it. As you all know, I definitely want to be an ESPN sideline reporter one day, so that's just right in my element.
Yeah, working with little kids and stuff, too. That's got to be challenging.
It was a lot of fun, though, and Luke did a great job.
He threw you off when he said he didn't go to school here, though, didn't he?
Just a little.
Yeah. Well, good job. Cameron's first halftime show. So who knows? Maybe you can cut it off the webcast and use it as one of your highlight films when you go into college.
Sounds good.
So who did win?
Nobody won.
Nobody won.
Nobody got it through the big hall.
So nobody gets the tickets?
No. What was the consolation prize again, Cameron?
They get a Landmark hat. So no tickets, however, they do get a hat.
They get a hat.
A hat.
Yeah, I got to talk to Mr. Tidwell. I like the atmosphere. It was good. There was some fun and all that. But I think we might need to work on the gamesmanship of it, the gaming, because it seems like you'd start far away, and as you miss, you get closer and closer so that they finally make it.
Yes.
But when they started at 10 yards, missed it, so he moved him back to like 15, and then he went back to 20. I'm like, well, if you can't even get the ball there, it's just going to get uglier.
Yep. What he could also do to up it is to bring up the prize. You know, we went to Rockmar last year.
Yes.
And they offered the
Polaris 4-wheel utility vehicle.
yes.
Good for hunting, camping, fishing, and taking care of your farm.
Or if you live in Fairburn, for commuting to school.
There you go. If you live in Peachtree City, that's just a normal mode of transportation.
Here comes a blitz, a Stone. Great run by Four as he slices through 2 tackles, but eventually meets up with Joshua Cobb, who brings him down.
What was that, a
Third
counterplay?
down. A what?
Counterplay?
Counterplay.
Yeah, they faked us out on that. Here's an interesting fact. You know, we wear white pants every game.
Every game?
Yeah. I said I made the mistake going, well, what happened to these pants? Did they fade out? Aren't they supposed to be the gold?
Yes.
And I was told, no, we don't have the gold. They hadn't worn those in 2 years.
Okay.
How dumb am I? And I'm like, really? So we've been wearing white pants home and away for 2 years straight. Apparently, Coach Brantley doesn't like the gold, or he doesn't have enough of them, or whatever. So that we just wear white pants.
I think maybe Coach Brantley, being the Alabama fan he is, doesn't like being too close to the Notre Dame look, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just like the gold and blue look.
Yes.
When you were coaching, it was the gold
It
and
was
blue,
gold
right?
blue, yes.
Did we ever have a gold jersey?
We've got gold jerseys now.
We never wear those,
We do.
but we haven't worn a gold jersey in like 2 years.
We wore the gold jerseys against Heritage, didn't we? We won
Maybe?
4 gold jerseys against Christian Heritage.
That's right.
It used to be gold jerseys were for special games.
Okay. Was Christian Heritage a special game?
No.
I don't know. Because we've been wearing white on white on the road, and now we're wearing blue and white at home. I might want to go into the uniform design business. Wide
What
open
a
number
throw.
32, my man. Another great tackle by Joey Blunt.
Foreman finds Miles, and he had Brandon Stone in his face on the blitz, just nerves of steel as he threads the needle, and they pick up the first down and about 30 more yards, moving into landmark territory to the 48.
I don't know how big Miles is, but he's a player. He's all over the field, playing both ways. He'll catch it, he'll intercept it, he'll make the tackle. Well, that was a nice pass and catch there for Josey. I think if I was a coach, I'd try to get the ball in his hands a few more times. Number 1 down here, you think, well, he's got the shield on. He's got the gold shoes. He'd be the guy.
Yes.
Bottom of your screen. Now, they haven't thrown him the ball much.
Handoff to 4, and Ridley finds the edge. He runs into Chris Manning, who holds him up as another couple of landmark defenders coming. Did you see Big Al running from the nose spot trying to get in on that tackle?
Al Hogan is either going to lose about 12 pounds this game.
Yes.
I mean, that he is hustling. You don't make a guy as big as Al Hogan. I know when he was in camp, he came in close to 300.
Yeah.
Okay, and to see a guy at 300 pounds go from nose to the sideline, that's a lot.
I think the bulk of Josey's given him the opportunity to play here, and I think he wants to show Coach Ross that he deserves a shot to be in that rotation on that D-line.
Yeah, he wants to be with the other two-way dudes. Wow.
Well, just a host of tacklers. Brandon Stone ends up putting him down, but it was Big Al Hogan who wrapped him up originally on the line, grabbed his legs and brought him down.
Yeah, Taylor Snyder's in on that. What I liked about Brandon Stone was that's what you like about the corners and the safeties that come in and finish the play. They come in with that excitement that just hit them. Because, a lot of times they stop up and the guy gets stuck there. Somebody's got to come and close it down. And as a safety, you love that. Oh, the guy's stuck. Let me just hit him.
Got that whole Ronnie Lott attitude going.
Ronnie Lott, oh, boy, you're reaching back.
Well, Ronnie Lott wouldn't even be able to play in the NFL today. He'd have been ejected from every game he ever played.
That is so true.
Foreman's going to run. Nope, he finds 32.
Wow.
And
Great
Miles
play.
is just unable to bring it down.
Brandon Stone's getting a little
makes the
attitude
play.
tonight. I think Brandon Stone, this might be his coming out game. He was still kind of a younger guy, happy to be there, maybe a little nervous, and I think he really is feeling that position.
Well, I think he's been struggling with this whole defensive scheme, his role in it, where he fits, and you're right, he's starting to pick it up and understand it.
When you see a natural athlete not have to think anymore and just be able to respond, that's what you start seeing there. I mean, he saw that little play coming. He's like, I'm going for that ball.
Well, 4th down,
Ooh,
low snap. He's going to run this.
Uh-oh.
Nope, he turns. He finds a man middle of the field. That's number 10, Larico Williams. First time I remember Larico doing something tonight, and he takes it inside the 25. It's like Landmark gets him down, and Nathaniel Foreman just finds something to do with it.
Well, he's clearly a great player. I'll tell you what, I'm most impressed with the open field tackling tonight. That was another great tackle by Joey Blunt. I mean, maybe I just stunk as a defensive back, but, I mean, you don't see that many guys come up, make a nice hit like that, wrap up on the legs, and take them down by yourself. So, once again, it's 1st and 10 Josey. They're making a drive out of this. 16 seconds go in the 3rd quarter, and Landmark hasn't broken yet, but we keep bending.
Big Al there with
the
initial hit. Center just missed that block, and Big Al meets him hard and meets him early. Clock's going to run down here, and we're going to go to the 4th quarter with Landmark leading 28-13.
So it seemed so far it's been we hold them, big play. We hold them, big play. That's been our defensive scheme. It's the big plays when we have a broken play or the defense is doing a good job covering. Foreman's a smart guy. The thing about him is he can run, obviously.
Yes.
Well, that last play, as soon as he breaks, all the defenders are going, okay, because I got to go. And then he pulls up before he crosses that line and dumps it off, and that's bad. Bad for us.
He understands that he doesn't have to make the play with his feet, that his feet can get him into a position where he can make the play with his arm, and that is a skill that you want in your quarterback, especially when they're athletic. They feel hey, I can do it with my feet. I can make it happen. And he's going to use his feet to get into a position so his arm can make the throw. He's got receivers that can find that open spot once he does it.
I'm going a little off script here. So, Cameron, I know you're down there listening. You know, we gave Alcatraz a hard time for 2 seasons. You know, we've got to have a little fun with our sideline reporter. Your shoes look fantastic. I just wanted to comment how I like those wedge shoes. But you're a pretty tall young lady, and you put those shoes on. What are you running right now?
I'll have to say I'm probably around 6'5" or 6'6" right now. Definitely towering over a lot of these football players.
Yeah, are those about what, 4-inch wedges?
Just about.
Wow. 6'5", 6'6", we love it. She's taller than most of the players. That's why she's getting the interviews. We got Marsha Burdett's getting a little agitated down here at the end of the press box because we got a bunch of kids getting on the football field, having some fun. But we are trying to play a football game. All right, well, now here we are at the starting of the fourth quarter, 12 minutes to go. Josey is ready to roll, and they still got a pretty sustained drive here. It's 2nd down and 10 on their own 25. Oh, and I think we have everybody's pointing fingers. It's going to be procedure. Wow. That just really shoots you right in the foot again. The offsides have been pretty numerous both at schools tonight.
Well, that's just going to put him in a situation where Foreman's going to drop back, look to throw, and make the throw and catch.
Did you have a chance to go down the row of the cutout people?
I did. I went down and looked at the cutout people, and quite interesting.
When did they start that? 3 years ago, maybe?
Let's see. Definitely had it for John Paul. I think John Paul's was the 2nd year they had it. So,
do you still have Reed McGuire up in your room?
I have Reed McGuire's basketball fat head in my room. I got
nice.
Michael Johnson on the ceiling. I got Madison Smith on one of the pillars by the window. So, I'm collecting. I've got little Camden Cusimano.
Oh, he's little?
He gave me. He's got this little cutout, and he's right there.
He gave you the mini cutout.
The mini cutout. He's right there in front of my piece of the gym floor.
Oh.
That I snuck in and stole.
Yes, you had to do that because that was quite the fiasco back then.
Yes.
And we won't go into that.
All right, ladies, we got 2 more candidates introduced to you. Miss Morgan Phillip. And last but not least, the lovely and talented Miss Christina Valencia.
Well, I know that we have a great PA announcer this year. Well, this is his 3rd season now, Joseph Stone, and he only gets 4 shots at it this year. He's doing a good job tonight. Here's something. Foreman back to throw. Looks like the sack attack got in, and we got him.
Great job there. Dylan Gabrielson on his 2nd sack, and he drops him 11 yards. It's going to be a long way to go for the first down here.
Yeah. After the penalty, and now the sack, it's too far to count. Let's see, that's 10, 20, that's 30. It'll be 3rd and 30. Wow, they just came storming up the middle and just got in his face. And Foreman, who's had great poise in the pocket tonight, he just couldn't react to that.
Yes.
So it said, our caller said, it must be a Lofton one.
Yeah,
the defense is growing every game.
This is Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike. I got to load him in my phone so he just doesn't come up as a number. He's going to be my new best pal, Uncle Mike.
17 drops.
Oh, wide
Foreman
open.
is just going to launch it. He's got one. One makes a great play.
Oh, wow.
Gets in front of the freshman Toomer, and Toomer's able to break it up at the last minute. But one does a great job at that last second getting position on Toomer, but he's unable to make the catch.
Yeah, it was in his hands. That was a highlight film there. I mean, he's got the long legs. He's got the yellow spikes. He's got the shield on. He's got number 1 on. I mean, everything about him looks like ball player, and he went up for it. Well, that's the one. I've been that guy. You know.
What, the great player?
No, the guy that didn't catch the ball that could have been the great play. And it's hard to sleep on a Friday night. And then you get up Saturday, and it just eats at you all week. It's like, man, that was my shot. You were never that guy, right? You were a lineman?
Yes, I was a lineman. Although.
Ooh, a pooch punt.
12 points were scored in my shoes my junior year, so.
Really? You scored 12 points?
No, 12 points were scored in my shoes.
You loaned your spikes to somebody?
Yeah, their tight end forgot his, and He put mine on and caught two touchdown passes that night.
I love the way that just rolled off your tongue. Yeah, 12 points were scored in my shoes.
Yeah.
like most people just let that ride. I'd go, wow, okay.
Now, I did touch the ball on every play we scored the next season.
Because you were the center?
I was the center.
I touched it. But you worked on these, haven't you?
I have. You got to build your stories up as you go on.
Yes.
Kid says, hey, Dad, you play football? Yeah, let me tell you.
Let me tell you, you're working on those stories now. I like it. Hey, if you have any other good stories you've been working on, send us a text, 404-432-0181. Because my partner here, D. Wilson, the Rain Man, I used to believe everything he said, but now I got to question his stuff because he's pretty shifty on me. Wow.
Speed sweep. This is Joey Blunt, who gets to the edge.
Oh, that's got to be a flag.
He's slung out of bounds, and there is no flag, but it was certainly seemed to be late. They had Lofton out there on the slot, and the defense had adjusted, but Lofton, great job blocking for that.
I think I'd be saying a little something to the stripe man there, like, hey, that's a little late there. You watching the sideline. He had him in the grasp. He didn't have to do the sling and throw. Yes. I know he didn't realize maybe exactly where the sideline was, but that could have gone either way. Yeah, you love seeing a guy like Joey come in at full speed like that. We ran it to the short side of the field, which I guess was designed, but I think I'd go wide side. Isn't the math just better that way?
It all depends on where the free safety is going to line up.
Okay.
If he's lining up over the ball, then all you're trying to do is run an angle at him. Run Lofton on a counter pitch, and Lofton picks up 13 yards. It's a first down. 55 yards to go for the score.
Hey, Cameron, maybe you could talk, because we don't have the benefit of having the statistician sitting up in the booth like in years past. So if you could talk to Mr. Hayes, John Hayes, he's down there to your left with the hat backwards. Cameron, and you can find out how many yards Lofton has for tonight. We'll see if Cameron could, she's so tall she can see over everybody. There's John Hayes down there. He's the statistician.
He's going to be to your left, Cameron.
To your left with the hat backwards.
Blue shirt.
Get some stats from him. He'll tell you tackles, all kinds of stuff.
Hand off to Lofton. He's rambling, and it's battle between Lofton
and my man Miles.
And DeMontez Miles. DeMontez Miles runs him back.
Look at he's strutting around too. I would. Boy, you go toe to toe with Lofton, and he's got that much on you. That was a great defensive play right there.
And when you see DeMontez standing next to the rest of his teammates, you realize he's the smallest guy they got out there, but he is playing by far the biggest game.
Yeah, he has the biggest attitude going, and I don't mean in a bad way. He's just a ball player, and he ain't afraid to do whatever he's got.
He's got gusto.
Lofton at halftime had 250 yards. He might do a Rockmart game on us. Look at Caleb. Caleb won't go down. I like it. Look at Al Hogan on the bottom of that pile here on the sidelines. Oh, Coach Anderson's probably going to help him up. Steve Badowski slapping the head, all the big linemen over there. Yeah, way to go, baby. When you're still blocking and it's out of bounds on the sidelines, that's saying something.
Well, you're doing your job.
Yeah.
It's snap to whistle, snap to whistle.
I'll tell you, just to show you how football has evolved, we were watching some pro football game. I forget who it was. But the guard pulls on the sweep.
Yes.
And I'm talking they're in shotgun, and he pulls and he beats the tailback to the outside. When I was a player, there ain't no center ever pull and get in front of a tailback.
Caleb Cobb on the carry, unable to find anything. They're going to give him maybe a foot. It's going to bring up second down.
That's got to be a little scary for like a cornerback or a linebacker, because you're usually going after a linebacker, right, when you're coming around on that center pull. I mean, because that center's usually a big guy, and he's moving at top speed in the open field. He's just looking to cut you.
Yes. Now, in high school, he can't cut you.
Okay. He can in the pros?
Yes.
Oh, another speed.
And in college. Great job there. Blunt just lowers his shoulder and pushes into number 10, Larico Williams. Williams gives ground, and Blunt picks up about 6 or 7 yards. Tidwell back in the game now.
It's twice now. Coach Brentley's trying to get the ball to Joey Blunt. Got a player down injury for Josey. But I like to see that. I like, you got some talented players, and it's great having them play both ways,
Yeah.
Joey really stood out tonight for sure on defense, and now he's getting some offensive touches. I think it was, 2 games ago? Which game was Joey's big breakup? Game he had 3 pass receptions for touchdown. Or maybe it was 2. Second game of the season. Heritage?
Yes.
No, which one after that?
That was Lithia Springs.
Lithia Springs.
Well, we got our trainers and the coaches for Josey.
Yeah, I'm not
checking
sure
out
they
the
have
defender.
maybe they don't have a trainer with them, which is
Or they might. I think they sent their trainer away
to the
already.
hospital, yeah. I think he's going to be okay. They're popping him up. It's number 41. Wow.
DeQuantavius Burley.
That's a long first name, DeQuantavius.
Certainly would have made first grade hard.
Yeah, I just go by D. Burley.
D. Burley.
Hey, Cusimano, I didn't know how to spell my last name until about 3rd grade.
We also had some money that was found on the field.
So we've had some injuries. We had somebody go to the hospital, which all reports are we think he's going to be fine, just precautionary. We've had a player ejected from the game. So we've had some anomalies this game. And our water crew is just killing it out there with the floppy hats, giving the refs water. Well, with 7:50 to go, the game has definitely slowed up a little bit here. Landmark's just trying to burn some clock and make a methodical drive down and score. It's 3rd and 5 or 4, which is a big 3rd down for us here to keep this drive alive.
Fake to Lofton, and Stockton trying to find the edge. And
wow,
great play there. Just run down, trying to get the number. That's number 11. Cornell Clark just catches Lofton. Lofton, who's got Stockton, who's got state track caliber speed, and he's just pulled down from behind. Now it's going to be 4th down and 5 to go.
Yeah, that's like the 3rd time now we've pulled that boot coming around. And I think it normally, just from watching Stockton all these years, he eludes that guy. And I'm not sure 11 he's fast. I don't think his closing speed's that fast. I think Stockton's a little off. His knees might be bothering him a little bit, and he just doesn't have that extra gear. Which makes all the difference in the world for us, because then he becomes a totally different weapon like Foreman is for their side. If he can roll out and pass or run, they got to honor that. It's those blue long socks he's wearing. He hasn't done that before. Okay, so what are you talking about right here, Coach?
Right here, you're just talking about the idea that this is the play, and each guy does his job, and we're going to make these yards. You let them understand that if we can put one in the end zone, that's going to put it out of range, and we're going to seal the game. The guys just understand that this is one play. We do this play right.
Yeah, it's 4th and 4th and 4.5. What are you calling here?
I'm dialing up Lofton Tidwell.
Trap, or are you pitching to the outside?
I'm probably pitching to him. The trap has it. They sniffed out the trap now.
Right.
I think that as the season goes on and Kyle Ferguson's able to get healthy, I think the plan is eventually Lofton, Ferguson. Well, yeah, I got to defend the trap, but what if they then give the ball to Ferguson? Right now, they're not respecting the tailback, Caleb Cobb,
right,
when Lofton's in there.
Yeah, and when we had that going that one game, I know being a defensive player, it's really hard to gauge that, because, you got to feel for how these running backs are running, and when you flip-flopping 2 of them, it throws you off.
I'm saying I think eventually they're going to both be in the backfield together at the same time. Great flag route there by Blunt as they flood the near side, and Blunt picks up the 1st down.
Wow, that was an incredible touch by Stockton, too.
Yes.
He had just enough on it, but not too much, and unfortunately for another guy with number 10, he's got those gold shoes. I think the gold shoes are bad luck for Josey. All the guys with the bright yellow cleats are having a bad night. It's the little things that matter. You coach them up on all that stuff.
Yes.
You just wear the wrong shoes, it doesn't matter. See all that work? Just wear the wrong uniform part and you're done.
I think that's called superstition.
Yeah, okay.
Fullback in motion. Going to throw the flag. False start.
Jiminy
little
crickets.
Macarena. He's calling on number 5 is what it looked like.
Stockton hit himself in the chest like it was his fault. You know the old my bad.
Yes.
I never liked that. Okay, so it'll be 1st and 15. It's okay. 6:53 to go. This is a lot of clock time burning on this one. After coming out and running a couple quick, what do you call them, NASCARs?
Yes.
Now we've kind of slowed up. Ref said 55, but maybe Stockton went too. Man, Cameron, she's texting in updates, everything.
Here goes Lofton. Lofton to grab him by the jersey again.
We did have run LT at FB opens the options. Lofton Tidwell at fullback.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. You put him at fullback, he can do a lot. And then you got, as you said,
When Ferguson's
Kyle
healthy,
Ferguson.
it's
Yeah.
going to be something.
Plus, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want Lofton coming through the hole, clearing it out for me. I mean, he can run, but if his only job is to put his head down and clear it out, he'll do it. That's old school football. We might have to get him one of those little horseshoe face mask things.
He's pushing
like Larry
through
Zonka.
again. This time he's not going to let the jersey stop him.
No.
He finds the end zone.
He
Two
wanted
guys
that
grabbed on and able to keep clinched on, and he picks up the score. It's going to be 34-16 now. Landmark is now more than double Josey's score.
34-13.
Okay. What did I say?
16.
It's getting late.
It is. That's okay. It's been a long week. It looks like if Landmark doesn't do anything crazy here, and Mr. Automatic puts it away, we can maybe rest a little bit.
Did you miss that? No, he
No. Mr. Automatic, come on.
Game day athlete of the month for October. Carson King puts it up and through.
I know you guys
And
can't.
there comes the fight song.
I think we need to get one of those little small cameras and have it here in the press box just shining on us, and every once in a while flip the switch and let people see what we're doing.
Yes.
Because what you're not seeing is my broadcast part. I'm just sitting here like a stump. I don't move at all. I got my little Yeti cooler, and I just do stuff. Every time we score, you got to push the chair and roll down to the about a yard and a half, and then you got to adjust the laptop and roll back. It's pretty cool. I hear you do that in your classroom, too. You like to slide your chair around.
Well, 2 years ago, Brandon Wild gave me a gift, and it's the nicest chair in the world. And so I tried never to sit in it in class, because once I sit in it, it's like, okay.
You don't
I
ever
wanna
get out.
I don't want to get up.
You need to have the stand-up desk.
Yes.
Just never sit down in your class. That would be really painful.
Here comes the kick.
Stockton
It's
goes
up,
long.
it's high. They're going to be under it at the 5-yard line. It's fielded by number 20.
Oh, big hole, big hole. Matthew Drury slows him up, and we bring him out of bounds by number 7, Caleb.
That's Javante Bailey on the return. I think we should take this time now, it's its first home game, to recognize our varsity cheerleaders.
Absolutely.
We've got Merrigan Thomas, Caroline O'Neill, Kennedy Slater, Captain Sarah Morris, Hadley Smith, Neely Knight, Christina Valencia, Morgan Phillips, Jenny Aulicky, Annabelle Matarco, Carissa McFadden, Sydney Bear, Jana O'Reilly, and Julia Vinegar out there tonight. And Lucas, the Eagle, is out there as well. Not quite sure who's in that costume.
Yeah, we haven't had a who's in the Lucas is still the name?
Lucas is still a name.
Wow, that was like 2 years ago.
Throw out to the flats.
Oh.
Stone misses the tackle, and Blunt comes up and takes the feet out of number 10. That's Larico Williams, and Larico picks up the first down.
Okay, so that was one of the few open field tackles we didn't make tonight, but we've been doing great on that. So Lucas is the War Eagle. We don't know who's in it. Who was in it a couple years ago? Who
Trey
was it?
Badowski's been wearing it for a while now.
Yeah, I don't know that it would fit him anymore. He's about 6'5".
Well, that's a pretty tall eagle out there.
Maybe it
Although,
is.
maybe not. He's standing next to Sarah Morris, and
Yeah.
I think she's all of 5'2".
Yeah, I'll give you props. You named all those cheerleaders by sight, and you didn't have to look at a list. Joshua Tidwell coming up the ranks, JV. Had a good game yesterday. Any thoughts on the younger players at LMC?
So do we know what the result of yesterday's game was against Mount Perrin?
When I drove by and looked at the scoreboard, I think it was 14-0, and it wasn't in our favor.
Yes. Well, Mount Perrin, quite the large school now. I would think that they have plenty of young players to bring up and play against us. And also, I know that while I was working out and got over to the stadium to do some steps, the JV had finished practicing and were getting on the bus to come back over to play. So
They had to practice first?
they had to practice with the varsity first before they could play.
Wow, it sounds like a Coach Thorne workout. You go run 5 miles before you go to the 3-mile race. Going to the air again. Oh, little
Great catch there.
Yeah, we had 2 defenders in one area. And, now they're going to throw the flag for tackling out of bounds.
That's going to be on Chris Manning, who pulled him down out of bounds. But you've heard the story and how in '96 the refs didn't show up for the Bremen homecoming game against Bremen here at Landmark.
A homecoming game?
It was homecoming.
Oh,
so
Marcia Burdett was not in charge of scheduling the refs.
Landmark refunds all the money and does homecoming in the gym that night. But they refund everybody's money.
So we never played the game?
Next night, they come back out to play the game. But the reason I tell this story is that Friday night, no game, but Coach Thorne decides we're going to get it in. And so we go off the practice field, and we get a practice in.
Hey, what is his famous saying? M.O., miss opportunities. He does not want any missed opportunities. Well, if we ain't playing a game, we're having practice.
Well, he wore us out for the
wow.
next night.
That is classic.
Bremen took it to us.
Oh, we didn't win that game?
No.
Great. I want to say great tackle, but it took forever to bring him down.
Well, Nathaniel Foreman is just playing an amazing game for the Josey Eagles. 4:55 left now in the game.
I think we're going to see Joshua Tidwell come in at quarterback here and give Stockton a break, don't you think?
Is he warming up?
I would hope he'd be in there. Looks like we got 35-13 with only 4 to go. We should be doing some substitutions here. We got a big game next week, and we already have enough guys a little struggling. Oh, wide open on this side. Oh, great tackle. Saving the touchdown by number 55.
You watch this, and you just wonder why they don't cater more to Foreman.
Yeah. I mean, just let him make the read. Do I pass it? If it's not open, let him run, and boom. I'll tell you this, Josey's got their hands on their hips, and all the shirt tails are out. And those are some long jerseys. Number 74, his jersey comes to almost his knees.
His jersey is dress code skirt length at Landmark.
Skirt length. Dress code skirt length, which
yes.
says a lot for a Christian school. They're going up the middle.
Try to wedge it, but he's got nothing. And
wow,
Matthew
loses
Drury,
a yard.
He wastes no time and comes and meets him in the backfield. Yeah, I don't think the wedge is there for them. I don't think their bulk is getting off the line like they did earlier in the game.
Yeah, I think it's called that quick twitch.
Yes, the quick twitch is gone.
It's not there.
So Josey's going to take a timeout and try to figure out with second down how they're going to get into the end zone.
Wow. Yeah, I'd hope we get some substitutions here on the offense. Lofton's at 304 yards right now rushing. Great game for Lofton. His younger brother Joshua, hopefully he'll come in at quarterback a little bit. We got a great JV squad this year, and like a couple years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, you had Joey Blunt, who's now a junior. He was starting as a freshman. You had DJ Brown, who transferred to Creekside. He was starting as a freshman. We had, I think, 4, maybe 5 ninth graders starting that year. 2 years ago, and it does help your program out because then you got a guy like Joey who, here he is just in his junior year, and he's already been playing for 3 solid years or 2 years, and this is his 3rd year. And that's what's good about our program. It's not like we have 15 seniors all starting.
Yes.
Keep that funnel going as a coach. You love seeing that. I mean, you like to have all seniors because you're like, yes, but it's also nice to say I got some juniors and sophomores and freshmen that actually can play. They have a right to be out there, not just because I don't have anybody. See what they can do here with second down.
Foreman looking to throw, trying to find the flat. That was DeMontez Miles he was looking for, but Blunt had the coverage.
And Zach Stone gets the hurry up sack, I guess you call, or the hurry up intercept, incomplete. What do you call that? It's not really a sack.
Pass rush?
Yeah, well, he just threw it to get rid of it before Zach got him. I'll come up with a name.
Okay. There might actually be a stat for that.
Yeah. Well, I was at a baseball game the other day, and they had some new stats up. I was at the Braves game, and up on the board now, they got all kinds of stuff that I'd never even heard of. Baseball has way too many stats.
Well, that's the thing you got to do at a baseball game to keep from getting bored. If you're a coach, there's so much to think about. And so,
oh my goodness!
What a hit by Blunt.
Wow! No, that's Stone.
Oh, is that Stone? That is Stone.
Nick Toomer. Number 6, Nick
That's
Toomer.
the freshman, Nick Toomer.
Wow!
Third down, stops the score.
That was touchdown. I mean, that was touchdown all over. We have a
player injured on the other side.
Josey player on the. Wow! I mean, I saw from this angle, I'm thinking, oh, touchdown. He was wide open, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Didn't it look like he was at the goal line?
He was on the goal line, I think. Well, and the ref's standing on the goal line.
They're marking the ball at the 3.
Wow. I mean, maybe from we have a bad angle from here, but that was an incredible hit. That's a highlight reel shot right there. Oh, the quarterback was the one shooken up on the play there, number 17. That was from our sideline reporter, Cameron Dobbs. Quick on the draw.
What's that?
It's Foreman, the quarterback.
Must have gotten hit on the throw.
Yeah, well, what's weird is, I mean, he really threw that across the field a long ways because he.
Yes, he was down over here.
So let's see who's coming in as the backup quarterback. Now they got 4th down, 4th and goal, and they're struggling, Josey.
Going to throw a flag now.
Oh, another flag thrown.
Is that a legal substitution? Well, they were trying to figure out from the injury. They're going to flag them for breaking the huddle with 12.
Oh, my goodness. That kills you. Here you are.
To injury.
One guy makes a great tackle, Toomer. And now the quarterback gets injured, and the very next play, you break the huddle with too many guys, so now you're looking at 4th and, 9? All right, tomorrow you have middle school and varsity cross country at Fulton County Championship all day long. Middle school softball at Woodward. Here we go, 4th and goal. The big play of the game for Josey. They got to score here even to keep it alive.
Throws the bay to the corner. And it looks like, yes, we got an interception. I'm not quite sure who Nick Toomer, but he takes a breather for a second, and he's back up. So Landmark's going to get the touchback now.
Wow.
35-13.
We got youth football at Creekside Christian, 10 o'clock. JV volleyball at Blessed Trinity all day long. And varsity volleyball, all-city play day at South Forsyth. Cameron, you got an all-city play day tomorrow for volleyball?
Yes, we're at South Forsyth like you just said.
Yeah, so that's like 20 schools, and is it a whole tournament type thing?
I'm not exactly sure how many schools there are, but there are definitely a lot of schools. We play about 5 matches and end around 4 to 5 tomorrow afternoon. So hopefully we're not there too late, and hopefully we're very successful and go undefeated.
And they're all big, like 5A, 4A schools. We're not playing like just our classification, right?
Yes, they are.
Well, good luck tomorrow. You're doing a great job tonight. There goes Lofton trying to get his yardage from 309. If he breaks a couple here, he'll be in the 400 mark.
Lofton Tidwell on the carry for your Warriors. Ball is just shy of the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I'd like to see a couple other guys get in right now. Coach Anderson sitting there giving instruction from the sideline. I think his systolic just went up a couple numbers. Or does it go down? They just make a big in between. My daughter's going to be a nurse. Maybe I'll ask her so I know what I'm talking about next time. I think, Miss Haney, you get that ice cream out.
Try to run the trap to Stone, and Stone goes the wrong way, and Lofton makes the most of it and able to fall across and pick up the first down.
Stockton.
All right, Lofton. Lofton is I've got to give one of them a nickname, and I don't know.
Well, you know, you got number 4 and number 14. Maybe that's what's doing it.
Maybe that's it.
First down. We got to get something for a first down. Hey, here's a quiz. So I was at the Braves game the other night. Did the tomahawk chop, did it originate earlier with the Braves or earlier with Florida State?
It came into the Braves because Deion Sanders came to bat, and Florida State alumni started doing the tomahawk chop when he was at bat.
Caleb Cobb running hard on the corner there. He wanted some yardage with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the game. He's getting some reps. So you answered the question. Florida State clearly had it. So they didn't bring it in until Neon Deion played here?
Neon Deion.
Oh, they were latecomers to the chop. Yes. He was.
That was the year they were worst.
Yeah.
The first time that it was done in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium.
You know, he became a Christian.
Did he? Okay.
I saw him at a game where he had his Hall of Fame jacket on, and he thanked Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior right there in the stadium. I thought I didn't know Neon was a believer. Wow. Somebody got through there, number 29. I need binoculars. These numbers are too small. There's got to be a Georgia regulation on how big the number is on the jersey.
There might be.
Whatever it is, it's got to. That has to be the minimum. Hey, how big do you want the jersey? Well, if we make it big numbers, that'd be 40% more, but we'll give you a great discount. You know, I bet they bought those jerseys where Coach Thorne got those hats from.
Yes.
Discount. It's Discount Sports Outlet. It's not Gables, because they do a good job.
Yes.
Gables Sporting Good. If you want to sponsor the show, Gables, you're more than welcome to. We'll take your check.
Well,
there's Lofton's big run.
Gable's not listening to the broadcast tonight. I saw Kurt and Jimmy and the whole family down in the stands, so they're actually here supporting Landmark, even though their kids have come on and graduated.
The alum come back. I know we have a lot of alum tonight back for the first home game. I love to see the students after they graduated a couple years back. They all come to visit you and see what they're doing.
I saw Robert Blacketer.
Really?
At Oz, and I was talking to him, asked him how he's doing, and had a good chat. And I was like, "Oh, you going to go to the game?" He's like, "No, I'm just coming to eat with my parents at Oz." I was like, "Okay."
No, but he was on the sideline before the game. He didn't tell you the whole truth. Yeah, we got a good fan base out here tonight. Got a little chill in the air, and there's 20 seconds to go, and we're going to call it a game. Now Cameron goes to work. She's got the little speech by the coaches at the half. Then she's got what Coach Brantley says.
Coach Brantley, and I wanted Coach Godby interview. Coach Godby interview.
Cameron, I'll give you a Starbucks card worth $10 in free Starbucks if you can get a Coach Godby interview.
And I'll throw another Starbucks card of $10 in if you can interview Coach Godby and Myron Godby at the same time.
Oh, the other player. Yeah. We'll even give you the number of that player. He's number 12. So that puts us at 3-1. We are ranked number in the power rankings come out last week. Landmark came in at number 10.
Okay.
The great thing about Josey, number 1, is they're a larger team. Okay, so that's good. Gives us some points. Number 2, they're a larger team, and they're winning.
Yes.
And that gives us more points because we trail back with their thing. So looks like Coach Tony Blunt pulling the coach from Josey with the yellow hat off to the side, having a chat with him. I think he must know him from some playing days or something. Coach Tony Blunt, the father of Joey Blunt, his brother passed away yesterday, so our prayers go out to his family and him. His brother was sick, so he said it was a blessing for that, but, it's tough to do. And then, in case you didn't know it, Tony Blunt played at the University of Virginia, was a standout there, and was drafted and played in the NFL for the Giants for several years. I've seen some highlight film. He was, in the few times that he played, he was a player. So, Cameron, it's all up to you. See how close you can get in there. Now that you're 6'8" and a half, you got to reach.
Let's go. You got it long. Come on. Take a knee, fellas. Hammers up. Take a knee.
Hey, guys, y'all, listen. You guys played great. Y'all played great. Y'all have made a lot of improvement since last year. I know y'all's coaches doing a great job. And I know y'all are working really, really hard because y'all played a great game and gave us everything that we could handle. And y'all keep on fighting and playing like y'all are doing, and y'all going to have a great season. So y'all keep that up. Y'all did a great job. Great job, man.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Everybody touch somebody and let's pray. Everybody touch somebody and let's pray. Lord, we thank you so much for this night, Lord, and the great weather you gave us, Lord. Just thank you for these two great football teams, these two great schools being able to get together and play, Lord. We just thank you for all the blessings that you give us in our life, Lord. Lord, I thank you so much for dying on the cross to save us from our sins, Lord. I just thank you so much for loving us even though we fall short every day. In Jesus' name, every man. Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Well, that's nice to see Josey Public School willing to come in and pray with us, and our coach able to have some impact and talk to them. And he's certainly right in what he said. Their coaches are doing a good job. They're much improved. We hope for Matthew Harris, who's gone to the hospital with concussion, that he will be okay and that he'll be able to make it back. I can't imagine being in a hospital 3 hours away from home, away from your parents, most likely, because they brought such a small crowd. But our prayers are for him, and we hope that they continue to do well the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, next week it's on to Central Carrollton, which is probably one of our biggest tests of the season after Pace. And the Pace one we knew that was going to be a tough game. And you know, you look at Lofton probably finishes up with 300 some yards tonight. You lose a guy who's
in the first half. But we played really good in the second half, I think. I think we played really, really good in the second half. And I think we played hard the whole game. And that's the most important thing. I think we played hard the whole game. And I saw a lot of really, really good things out there. Nick, that's a great interception you made right down here at the end. Unbelievable interception. Joey made some really good plays for us, and Joey really was a great leader for us tonight. I heard him saying some great things out there on the field. It really, really made a big difference. We had a bunch of big hits. Brandon Stone was all over the field out there running around on defense. Lofty, you played great back there at tailback. All right, Stockton, I think it takes a lot for a quarterback, sometimes if he's not throwing the ball quite as good as he should, to still lead the team. I think you're the best quarterback in Class Single A in the whole state, and we couldn't win without you. And so I think it shows more character and more leadership for you to be able to do that on a night when you know you're not going to have, huge passing stats. But for you to still lead the team on 3 out of 3 in the second half, drives to score and make some really big runs in that, I think that says a whole lot more about you as a quarterback than you completing And you do that almost every game. Tonight wasn't one of those nights, but I think that says more about you as a quarterback and your ability as a quarterback and a leader, which is so much bigger than that, okay? All right. Look, you guys, it was a good win. And, that team was a lot better than they were last year, and they fought really, really hard. That was a really, really good game. Dylan Gabriel said, "You're nasty. You are nasty." All right. Hey, great job tonight, man. All right. Drew, what we got to do on Saturday and Sunday? We got to get our run in on Saturday and Sunday. All right? Got to get our run in on Saturday and Sunday. Lawson Tidwell's already ran 5 miles tonight, so he won't hurt him run a couple more on Saturday and Sunday, okay? And we'll have up here at 2:30, we'll have a run. If you want to come do that, if not, do it on your own. And then we'll practice on full pads on Monday, okay? All right. There's a guy out here somewhere named Wayne Brantley. Where's he at? Not me, my dad. Is he down here somewhere? All right, he didn't make it down here, so I can't do it. Joey Blunt breaks down. Great game tonight. Yeah.
Hey, boy, give me one more. Click, clack, click, clack. Boom. Yeah.
So Coach Brantley trying to get his dad down on the field. Came to watch him coach. That's kind of fun. Good to win one when your dad's watching. I'm trying to look up the Central Carrollton game. I think I looked up Central High School. That's it, the Lions. They're 3-0 right now, and they're playing Fayette County.
And they're ranked in the state.
Wow.
For, what are they?
If they're playing Fayette County, it'd be
quad. I'm sorry, triple. I think they're either
4A.
4A, yeah.
Yeah, and they're ranked. But we keep loading up on them. I think Cameron's trying to get us some interviews here. If she's going to, I think she's trying to get Coach Godby. He had an interview like 2 years ago. It was phenomenal. He sounded. Yes. I thought he was.
He did the Steve Spurrier very well.
Yeah, very good Steve Spurrier.
She's got Coach Brantley here.
Well, I'm here with Coach Brantley, and at the first half of the game, it was a little iffy on how well your boys were playing, but definitely in the second half, they sure did come out with a lot of fire. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think we played hard the whole game. We just didn't play really good in the first half, but we were playing hard. And like you said in the first half, Josey's a lot better than they were last year, and that, I think sometimes winning and losing the game has more to do with the other team. So, you know what I mean? Because, like for example, I tell our guys all the time, I'd rather play really, really good and lose than play bad and win. And I know they think that probably sounds crazy, but I'll give you an example. All right? Like we could go out and play the Falcons, all right? And we could play perfect and as good as we could play and do all the best preparation we could do. We're not going to beat them. All right, but we could go play like a JV team and play really, really bad, but we'd still win the game. So it really – I think sometimes the record and the winning and losing has a little bit more to do with the opponent. And Josey, I think I just give them a lot of credit. Those kids are in a rough situation, and I'm really proud of them because they fought hard and played really, really hard and gave a great effort the whole game. They didn't give up. All the way to the end of the game, they're still trying to score. And we were hitting their quarterback all night long, and he just kept getting up and playing and all that. So they're doing a great job over there. And so, like I said, I think our guys are playing hard. We just weren't playing real well in the first half. I think we played real well in the second half. And some of that sometimes is you may, overlook a team a little bit or kind of take them for granted. And so you're not as mentally sharp or as focused as you should be. And so, have you ever heard those saying football is a game of inches? And it can be in that, you just step, a little bit the wrong way with your, or just a little bit, flat when you should be at an angle, something like that. And it really can change things if you're not just really focused on what you're doing, then that can make the difference. And that was, I think probably a lot of the first half. And then at halftime, we got in and talked about some things we were doing wrong and made some adjustments, just formationally on offense. There were some things that, we felt like we could do if we changed the, some plays that we were running out of certain formations, and it did. It helped us a lot, and so that was probably the big difference in the second half. But like I said, our guys played hard for 4 quarters, and that's all you can really ask out of them.
And with your next opponent next week, Central Carrollton, another big 3A school, and they went 4-0 starting the season. They won again tonight. So what do you have really to change between tonight and next week when you play them? Yeah,
well, we can't start slow like we did tonight, that's for sure. But, our guys, they'll be ready for that game. So, I suspect that we'll come out and play real well right off the bat in that game. And, we watch the film. There'll be, tons of things we'll see in there that we can get better on and fix. But that's the thing every week. When you watch the film, you find tons of stuff that we can work on. And usually you can't do all those things in practice and get better on every one of them. You try to pick out what's the best stuff for us to really work on. And so we'll do that, and we'll be better. And, we got a great group of kids. So I'm looking forward to next week.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on another tough win, and, just continuing the season great.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great job, Cameron. Thank you for that. Cameron just keeps scoring longer and longer and better in-depth interviews. I don't know how she's getting Coach Brantley to give up all his coaching secrets, but nice long interview to hear what Coach Brantley has to talk about this evening, so we know where we're at. So with the game over, 35-13, and Josey behind us now, 3-1. Look like we're doing good. We haven't played any region games yet, but with the power rankings the way they are, that keeps us in the mix of it. Like last year, we didn't win the region, but we're the highest seeded non-region winner, so put you in a good shot. But Central Carrollton's a big test for us next week. Coach Brantley said he thought we're going to be ready for the game and that the guys will play and they're focused on that game. But we got to start strong. We can't start out slow. And I think, that's just going to be a test for us.
It'll certainly be a test. We played hard with them and solid for half last year, and then we just got worn down by the amount of substitutes. You know, they could bring in a second team that was just as good athletically into the game, and we were just getting more and more tired. And as we are platooning more this year, it's going to be even more of a test in terms of our ability to continue to be physical and play at the same level they do.
Yeah, they have guys playing one way. It's going to hurt us. What was the final score last year? You remember? I don't remember. I should know that. I'm supposed to have the stats.
It was like 14-7 at the half. I remember that. But
yeah, it looked like we can play, and then once they broke free, you kind of got a little out of hand, at least for us to be competitive. And you know, there's nothing wrong with having a good non-region game on your schedule where it's the reach game. You know what I mean? You know, everybody says, oh, why don't you schedule people that you could beat every week? Well, you know, you don't want to get blown out, but there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, this is who we're gonna set our sights on. This is the team. I know with Calvary Day a couple years ago we did that. Calvary Day, a great school, and we just had their number. You know, we kept going down there, and we compete well against them, and now we don't play them anymore, and I don't blame them. They don't want to play us because we keep ruining their seasons for them. But, you know, and maybe this is a year where we bounce ahead the second time against Central Carrollton. We do play good on the road, and we'll see how it comes out next week. Hopefully we can get some guys healthy. I'm glad Lofton's healthy. Kyle didn't run any tailback. Did he run any tailback at all tonight? Or
no tailback.
He was all defense. So if he is healthy for next week, that'll give us that two threat and, you know, getting Stockton at 100%. Coach Brantley had said that he didn't feel like he had his best night tonight passing, but the great mark of a leader as a quarterback is still being able to get the job done. So any final thoughts on tonight's game?
Nope. Happy to step away with a win and got to see some very athletic play by Josey and just some very tough nose running by Lofton Tidwell, and look forward to seeing what happens next week against Central.
Yeah, I was most impressed by our ability to hit and wrap up on defense. Our defense, I felt, looked really well tonight, except for some big plays. And I don't care which size school number 17 is playing for. He's a threat. You let him in the open field in any division, and he's going to get some yards. So I think we played well against him. We just got to get healthy, work hard this week, get the distractions out of the way, and we're going to have a tough game on the road. So make sure you tune in. Miss Haney, make sure you break out the ice cream tonight. We love having you celebrate. And that's it for a nice, cool fall evening here in Fairburn, our first and few home games. And next home game would be homecoming.
Homecoming?
Actually, after being away, you have a homecoming. So that's in 2 weeks from now?
October 2nd.
Which is also open house.
Also open house. We'll remind you that. October 2nd, we'll have an open house at 5 o'clock. Please tell 2 friends.
Two friends. If you have 3, you only need 2. But somebody's not going to have 2 friends, so ask as many as you can. Kate Cusimano, great job on the camera tonight. We had nobody on the computer. Oh, we had you, the Rain Man, doing both jobs tonight. If you want to volunteer for computer, we'd love to have you. I'm Chuck Cusimano.
I'm Dennis Wilson.
Have a great evening.